This is Boadu TV. Truth and integrity.
Breaking news. OSP, sana all this while, only docket biya efa Ken Ofori Atta. And I say, Office of the Special Prosecutor, Kisi Ejaben, Adada Ghana for all this one of Ofori Atta is in a document. Nina Kevin Taylor. And now they're about to go. Our exposing. Now, yes, your friend is saying, hosting a Ofori Samira, when Chiano. Yay! Apostle, your friend is saying, Kantanka. The 40 days I say, when Chiano. Kevin Taylor did not tell no. Was so make up say a. We did not temper pa. Was so ukunu Bawumia. Entro. Canada Japan or Bawumia Samira, and there will be ultimate president of Ghana. What?
The three musketeers, our special prosecutor's office, very dangerous people. Sameda Akon, Akurugu, and Akisie Jabin, the El Capitano. Sanko for me in some way. If the president is listening to me, you need to sack them, investigate them, and prosecute them. I'm going to say this again. Sanko for me in some way at the office of the special prosecutor. Say Ghana, CPC move forward. This government needs to do everything to sack these three people, investigate them, and prosecute them. These people have made the special prosecutor's office a cash cow. They are dangerous men. And when I talk about dangerous men, they are the ones between us fighting corruption, us fighting people who have stolen from us. These three people. From the office of the special prosecutor. Kisie Jabin is a very dangerous man. Kisie Jabin or a nipebia or a very diabolic. And he's a very good actor. Or a very good in acting. So Upobia, he can use his actions to deceive you. Yakas obi a chameleon. Kisie Jabin. Kisie Jabin, the features are so different from Ken Ofori Atta. Sit back and analyze very well. The line of conversation, his gestures, the way he processes things, and the way he's able to buy your mind. Kisie Jabin and Ken Ofori Atta almost use the same playbook. They always play the victim. That is the strategy. And you see, in our Ghanaian culture, we see people who always play victims as people who are being, who are always right, who are supposed to be protected, and that is the game these people play with us. So Kisie Jabin and Sanko for me anyway, amuna $14 million a year. Near the special prosecutor's office. These are the people who spend the money. Yeah. Because I don't think there's anybody in the special prosecutor's office who takes more salaries or whose pecs and as incentives or office is bigger than these three people. Nobody. These are the three people who handle the $14 million. That budget in the special prosecutor's office. These are the three people. Kisie Jabin is a millionaire. Kisie Jabin has basically fortified himself when it comes to maneuvering, finding ways and means to make us believe he's working. We cannot dish out $14 million every 12 months to this man, and then at the end of the month, he will come and give us press conference and sing and tell us to say, "Oh, yeah, and then we sit in Ghana and fold our arms and say, hey, no, it should never happen again. Since this guy was made a special prosecutor, he has not put anybody in jail. This guy has tactically evaded accountability. And what he does all the time is that he is more proactive when it comes to being taking care of the issue before we even get there. And you see this guy, he's proactive in protecting criminals. he can look through the system. Because remember, all these security agencies, they talk to each other somehow. It might not be direct, but indirect. And all these whispers, he hears them. And he knows who has stolen from who has stolen from us. And he's always the first to knock at criminals' doors. Because the moment he does that, all the security agencies have to step back. In the first place, the Special Prosecutor's Office, the intentions are not it was wrong. And I'm talking about Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo setting up the Special Prosecutor's Office. It wasn't to fight corruption. Now, you know, the Special Prosecutor's Office was one, to go after his political opponents. That was straightforward. And that was to go after Mahama and his brothers, go after the NDC, go after. So, strategically, as we all know, Akufo-Addo, very diabolical, slimy, dangerous politician, he wanted to use the same NDC to prosecute NDC. And what he did was, he convinced Martin Amidu, who was bitter already. Martin Amidu, who always felt he was supposed to be vice president than Mahama. Martin Amidu, who always felt he's intelligent than anybody in the NDC. The moment they approached him, he saw it as a good opportunity to prove himself to his own NDC. So he looked through and saw a better man, Martin Amidu, and said, come and be the special prosecutor. Now, when Martin Amidu came into office, Martin Amidu realized that the documents he is seeing and the level of corruption going on, he realized that what is in front of him or ahead of him is greater than what is behind him. Because he took a step back and he could not get anything substantial to prosecute. Now, when Martin Amidu decided to look at what is in front of him, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo switched. Now, at a point, Martin Amidu was like, you know what? You are forcing me to do something that I know I cannot do. Because there's a difference between somebody being accused of something and somehow being guilty, and somebody you are forcing somebody to be guilty about something. Now, Martin Amidu Behu say Akufo-Addo didn't see office just to go after enemies. Now, what happened was, time Akufo-Addo said Martin Amidu does not want to play ball, they devised a plan and they kicked him out. Now, after Akufo-Addo kicked Martin Amidu out, he still needed to make a statement, because now the agenda has still not been fulfilled. And the agenda is to prosecute Mahama, prosecute his brothers, go after the NDC, and make sure they put all of them in jail. But he wanted to do it without his fingerprints being shown in there. That is the modus operandi of these Achim Sakawa boys. Gabi, Ofori Atta, Bamti, that is their work. They stay behind the scenes. It's the same way they did the PDS. They will sit back, get their boys to do the damage, and then when you start to point fingers, you won't see them. Unless you are like me, you go deep and bring WhatsApp chat, bring documents, audios, before you can see their fingerprints in there. So they basically decided to look for somebody who would do that job. Now, when this guy came into office, he realized that the Akufo-Addo government and the Akufo-Addo family, they have done too much damage. Now, this guy did not know what to do. Is he going to go after the Akufo-Addo government? Or he's going to just let them slide and then make his money? So this guy adopted a strategy. I'm not going to go after them. I am going to make sure that I also make enough money from this office. So what he did was, I am now going to be a protector of the people who employed me. Instead of him being a prosecutor, he became a protector. So instead of him prosecuting these people who are in government and what he came to meet, remember, this guy came to meet a lot of prosecutorial dockets on the desk of Martin Amidu. In fact, he came to meet Ejapa, he came to meet PDS, he came to meet low-hanging fruit cases. He did not touch them. Now, what this guy came to represent was a protector of corruption. Now, what we are seeing now is that Kissie Jabi, who was supposed to be a prosecutor, who was supposed to be the mouthpiece of us, the watchdog, now Kissie Jabi has become the protector of his employer. He is now protecting the people who employed him to be sitting on the booty. When I say on the booty, every money that has been sent to the special prosecutor's office at this point, when you do the accountability of those monies, it is zero, because we have gotten nothing out of the millions that we pumped into that office. Now, when Kisei Jabin was coming, he was very strategic about who he can trust and who he can't. So he looked for people he had worked with before and people that can help him protect crime. Now, let me show you. This guy, your friend, Samira Dakon, Deputy Director of Communication at the office of the, Samira Dakon, in fact, he spoke recently. Now, this Samira Dakon guy, I also not share glasses, no. He works with a special prosecutor. The special prosecutor is now the special protector, and he's protecting crime. Now, look at this. You see this guy? This Samira Dakon guy not share glasses, no. Special prosecutor, the law firm, Cromwell Gray LLP. Now, this law firm, now when he was coming, he brought Samira Dakon with him. And when you check the list of members in his chamber, you can see up there, email address kisi.ejabeng@cromwellgray.org, chamber head, Miss Nana Abba Aqua, chamber deputy, Mr. Dennis Frimpong Ajabeng. There you go, members, Kisi Ejabeng was in there. Then you go to the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Mr. Samuel Apia Dakon. So he came with this guy from the same law firm. He knew what he was doing. He needed somebody he could trust, that when he is doing his things, he wouldn't be exposed, because it's always important to cover your ass. Now, Ode Akwa and Ode a man called Akurugu. I have spoken about Akurugu before. Now, I'm talking about these three musketeers. They are the poison now you're dealing with as a nation now. No? These are the dangerous people at the Special Prosecutor's Office. These three people. Akurugu too used to work at the customs. So he knows paperwork. Everything at the port, Akurugu is a kingpin. And Nuntina La Bianca case, Akurugu was the one who handled it. They were able to clear La Bianca. May her soul rest in peace. So when he came into office, he knew what he was coming to do. Akurugu joined him later after Onesame Dakun Ibaye. So he had a plan. And that plan was, he will make sure, say on to me and prosecute the employer. He will protect the employer and also make money. Now, the special prosecutor only docket to be Ofori Atta, so he doesn't have one single docket. He's lying. He's a liar. I'm not sure what there. At the continue, yes, I was ambassador of what say. Why these people are not supposed to be in that office, and why the government needs to make sure they need to go. By the end of this year, they need to sack these people. I'm telling you, if we don't sack these people, we are going to fail as a people, and the NDC government is going to fail. I'm telling you, these are bad people. If we don't sack and nullify that office or appoint a new person or new people, we will not succeed in the fight against corruption. This guy is not a prosecutor. He's a protector of corruption. Now, I'm not sure idea. We are talking about a man, Oye Juma, our special prosecutor's office. Samira Dakun, and then he spoke. And take your time. You be OSP statement now. We yabanim. Samuel Apia Dakon, Director Strategy TA. The Juma Oyenwo Special Prosecutor's Office, or a Director Strategy, Research, Communication Division, OSP. He's supposed to be the person who heads the strategic part of the office, the research part of the office, and the communication part of the one person. So he doesn't want to give that work, that research to anybody. He doesn't want to give what we call the strategic part of that OSP office to anybody, and also the communication. Ask yourself why. The OSP is run on only 3 legs. This guy, Akurugu, and Kisi Ejabeng, 3 people. And these things he has created, these are all supposed to be different offices taking care of different things, independently working. But you see, or the side way you share Sami Asi because that is the only way they can control the office. Ogo Special Prosecutor's Officer, apart from these 3 people I've shown you, Obi Jimmy 4, they don't care about them. They don't even respect them. Sometimes, that is how bad the Special Prosecutor's Office is. Now, and we also had the Communications Director of the OSP, Special Prosecutor's Office, in Waka Simbi. And before we delve into today's Special Prosecutors, fumbling and lies, I want us to look at it and you see. I will let you understand perception of what office. Are they working for Ghana or they are working as political appointees that are working in favor of a group of people? Because if you do Special Prosecutor's Officer, your job is to work for every single Ghanaian. Who voted for NDC, against NDC, for MPP, you work for a Ghanaian. You don't ask for their color. You don't ask about where they belong when it comes to their political affiliation. Your job is to work for Ghanaians. These are people who are not supposed to be in that office. It is understandable that, and I'm quoting him, Muntieno, we NOS second in command at OSP's office. It is understandable that the AG may be under public pressure, particularly regarding progress on the oral matter. Or see, what you say? And this is when, after the Attorney General came out to say, the Special Prosecutor or Chancellor or the docket in the Breno, Mama investigations not to us. Communicator or the Penini OSP officer, what you say? Say, Attorney General were under pressure because of oral. What has oral got to do with this conversation? So he's playing politics. He is trying to drag NDC into it. He is trying to separate them from the government. He is trying to make it look like, say, the Attorney General was appointed by the president into NDC. Now, they were appointed by the Kufuor administration. MPP for. Let me show you. I say, it is understandable that the AG may be under public pressure, particularly regarding progress on the oral matter, and that there is widespread interest in seeing Mr. Ofori Atta brought to trial. I say, on him say AG, was appointed by the president. No, there's a pressure that AG needs to say, the oral now, oral, say Ofori Atta, Ghana. What has this got to do with oral and Attorney General's office be under pressure? It is obvious. The Attorney General wants to get to the bottom of these criminal cases. So, Endo Ketchum said the Attorney General's office is not under pressure. Now, what's happening? Because the Attorney General, his job is to make sure that people who stole from us at the end of the day face trial until he is under pressure. He needs to get the work done. But these people don't see it like that. They say, Attorney General being under pressure, no, it is because a president appointed, no, into Attorney General were under pressure or person or the Ofori Atta ba. Attorney General were under pressure or didn't you see Ofori Atta asem no. This is a guy who is working at the office of the Special Prosecutor who is supposed to go and bring Ofori Atta for us to prosecute. Or catcher say, Attorney General, no, any abri say too much. He said, then Sabeka Ofori Atta, Aden, oral na, and this for promise here, no, and then I'm under pressure now. This alone, Kwasiawe needs to be sacked. Now, Oko the second paragraph, or say, however, just as the AG has often reminded the public, especially supporters of the NDC, that investigations and prosecutions take time, the same understanding should be extended to the OSP. Or say, say, Attorney General, no, senior DBI to say, or share NDC for bo. The Attorney General is the Attorney General of the Republic of Ghana. When Attorney General speaks, he speaks to the people, he speaks to the citizenry, he speaks to every single citizen. Sure Attorney General has ever spoken on TV and said, this my address is to the NDC people because they are eager. They want oral to work. This one goes to the MPP. They are eager because they don't want oral to work. This guy is a fool. Into another someone say, I Attorney General no said there be a press conference on the NDC for kasa efa ora honinti and na ama na agyan say I was say na all can be say the same understanding should be extended to the OSP. Or see Attorney General no or sorry no a press conference na or catch the NDC for say omunya abotre na oral cases ni no they will deal with it no. Or see I also catch Attorney General say can Ofori Atta case no a MPP for case into also nyabotre. If you say almost no they are talking to the MPP people so almost nyabotre. Into Attorney General enya the same abotre. This guy is a fool. You and I, our taxpayers, yesikana yajejeno and edutuane kakohedan odem. Go and ask him how much his salary is. Teacher ni bi ni Ghana, the salary do akwa with salary. Yema Office of the Special Prosecutor. Mr. S. Since the Secretary being about office, thank you, Mr. S. Almost 60 million. And I'll show you. Thank you, team. Since the Secretary being office as a special prosecutor, Sikaya say on Kisieja being on this guy, on Akurugu. Since the Secretary being by office as a special prosecutor, on this Sanko for me and Sa we share office one. From time on by office, this is the amount of money we have spent on these people. This is the amount of money. Since Kisieja being assumed office as Ghana's special prosecutor in August 2021, the Office of the Special Prosecutor has received the following budget allocation. The year 2022, onya 170 million Ghana was approved by Parliament. In 2023, onya 80 million Ghana. In 2024, onya 149 million Ghana. In 2025 budget, onya 146.7 million Ghana. In total, 2022 to 2025, Kisieja being any sanko for me and some way omonya allocation sika ya dia mom so mfanye djuma 545.75 million. Says what's the dollar equivalent? The dollar equivalent is 50 point. The dollar equivalent of a year sasika we $50.5 million. This money from 2022 since the Kisieja being a special prosecutor, these three people, we have spent $50.5 million. They have not prosecuted one person. These three people. They have not even prosecuted one person. One. To say, we have been able to prosecute this person. No. Today he's using a strategy. Oh, plea bargain. These people are criminals. They need to be sacked. We have to be angry, get on the street or walk to their office and sack them from there. We need to get in there and tell them to go home. For the past 1, 2, 3, 4 years, you are spending $50.5 million. Wouldn't be a bit my on these three people. Opa or Chamamon publish some salaries. You'll be shocked. Police ni, soldier ni, marine, navy. No civil servant or what Ghana and a job salary. These people take the highest salary in Ghana. So the question is, what do they use the money for? And when we are asking them simple questions, this boy comes to tell us, say, yes, Yeneno, OSP, Attorney General no, is speaking to NDC4. Get me that Sammy boy. Okachre say I Attorney General no oye jumama NDC4. This fool. A dear pan why no abrabuma you're spending $50.5 million what so. You know the money, the cars they have? You know the money they have? Office of the Special Prosecutor me saying $50.5 million. These people and they have small catch there. Attorney General a press conference or catch the NDC4 say I or they are working on the Munyabo no almost so catch Ghana for say I omodie Ekufuado na appoint your munti can Ofori Atta case ni nyabotre asema boy we catch no 50.5 million. Team, thank you. And we sit here and we are talking. We don't need to talk again. This needs to end. These guys are not supposed to be taking our money again. They are doing business with that office. These are dangerous people. We are not supposed to be smiling about this. We are not supposed to be sitting on TV and having long grammar about why are you even having grammar about this? This is a cartel. This is a cartel. This thing. This is a cartel. Can't you see it? The OSP must be sacked and investigated and you see, the investigative part in here because I have something. And OSP, ne scandal me we I feel I'm a detailed job at OSP. I'm now going to show you the business he's done from his office. Or an annex officer or yet deals with her. I feel I'm a videos. This man. So I'm smart or intelligent and I'm greedy. I'm resigning. But you know what? He's scared to resign because he doesn't know what is coming. Whether it's going to end him up in jail. And in the last 2 weeks, Oko Kumasi said, Oko Kachi 2 for Pacha Omano. This guy, he knows. And as I'm the same way, Ubetuma and Ekufuado time so. Now Ekufuado mbre now communications DND wo OSP office wa be trust statement kwasi statement sa na waso Ekufuado. Agove we. Say Ekufuado jimi we no be kasa asem we now da want to wo na gabi to wo na omo to wo show wa bodam mo NDC for tumufu amonte. You NDC people, when we talk to you people, you don't listen. Mumu bi ni mutrimu ya mu de jimi kakra ba mutrimu. This is not something you entertain. I'm telling you. These 3 people can cut your governance short. I am telling you, NDC people. $50.5 million. Mumuchan say on a receipt for Ijuma Bakumpa. Let him come and show us one job he has done. And he went to court today. Let me show you this. Yes, a special prosecutor said Oko court, right? What happened in court today? You say a court and or say or the Mustafa Hamid Eko court. OSP say or the Mustafa Hamid Eko Jina court and OSP could do court or say now some not the buyer no we need more evidence into or amending the case. The case has been moved again. He didn't even know say court now Obano judge not take cases no. Ya transfer judge na another area court. He did not even know. OSP expand charges against former NPA boss Mustafa Abdul Hamid and 9 others from 25 charges to 54 after investigators uncover additional evidence. Obwa, he's lying. The OSP is playing on your minds. Obwa, let me tell you, maybe you don't know how court works. I'll get there. Maybe you don't know how court works. So what the krata we go to court. Echo court say, may charge Mustafa Hamid. Na science sembe was you about chrono wa draws when we are Johnson wa we preko or kremoni. Na o the court say we any charges are me person the charging S7. Na adia chini about court. Na o catch court to say, hey, charges no me person me di become one. You need to understand say sad document way. It is waste to the court. The moment you are meant. And now the other charges become no. This is a fresh document. And when you do that, you give the defendant another room to also come and ask for excuse to go and study the amended document. Because the moment you amend the document, it is not in its original state again. It is said we'll file a fresh charge. It's OSP, he can amend and amend and amend. And it's not. So obi beso do bonnet. Jana Ekufuado eyenie. Say a show na Ekufuado person wo demu cha. This is what he can do. Obetimi onimse case we enye high court case. And I say enye tribunal case. Onimse case we actually a high court case. What Ekufuado mobe say? The prosecutor will take you to tribunal. And the prosecutor they do call tribunal court. Na judge na say I don't have jurisdiction to sit on this case. In fact, this is a high court case. Inti abasana judge nbeka say the nipa na oya suspect ni amfa nko to afiase 3 months remand. Na mo fam processing nko high court. That is how they can delay you and keep you in remand. And that is the same thing at Omoye. Into him, he will go to court, he will amend, it will give him more days, it will give the accused more time. And see, this thing he did today in court, and Kanipa Bakumpa and Kabaka say, but all the 9 people, no, he has amended the charge. Meaning, some 9 suspects in case and doubt is here, it is not valid. The amendment now obey no yebe gina so aden e de di asem no. Me ne kede Japan court no. Kennedy file first case no. Now I think about 35 pages. I think something. I think it's there. I think Mr. S, when you go to Kennedy Japan against Kevin Taylor federal court, I think the suit now about 35 pages. And I think I responded, my lawyers responded with 120 pages. And a Kennedy Bar say he wants to amend. That means, sign the first one now, file, everything in it, he needs to redo it and bring it. It's the first one, I told you. The new one you amend now, and then I ever transfer account myself. And the Kennedy Bar, and I'm responding with about 220 pages of response. And you need to understand, sir, special prosecutor, we're reading well with some way Jimmy. Now what's now what? And the Uber record now say my year investigations more and more evidence into amend it at court. Into I can tell you, the guy is basically lying to every single person. The special prosecutor is lying to you. Now, Mami Ridi, thank you very much, team, for bringing this in. Mami Ridi, what he says he has amended in any. Mami Chro. Yamba the case this window. How dangerous the special prosecutor and these 2 clowns are. Now, Mami Chro. Come in. And you see, why I sat we are for a long time. 9 people, 9. With to me Abaka say, 9 people no. One amend the charges against all the 9 people. All the 9. Inti tesiano, the odeba first no, court in Bongu, or ba be a new charge. Edi ababe to almost okay. When you read the document, this is what it says. The Republic versus Mustafa Abdul Hamid and 9 others. Summary: the Republic has filed 54 criminal charges against officials of the National Petroleum Authority and several associated companies for alleged large-scale extortion, abuse of public office, and money laundering, totaling 291 million and 332,000, all in Ghana cedis, respectively. Now, the accused are alleged to have extorted hundreds of millions of cedis and foreign currency from bulk oil transporters and oil marketing companies under the guise of official duties, and subsequently laundered the proceeds through property acquisitions and business entities to conceal their illicit origins. Now, special prosecutor say, "One amend the charges, no." Inti or the new charge abeka omo nipa 9 nyina no. Inti that period in your time echo investigate all the 9 people involved in the matter to make sure say obia or involved in that matter nipa 9 will to investigate more charges against them. But this guy is telling us he cannot finish the investigations of Ofori Atta. Yenyandru sa case ne so. But you see, I want to open your eye to something. Ansana yatwa cases. You see this guy? Samida Akui. Ochanopa, Mumbusa special prosecutor say. Samida Akui, he's the director strategy. He's the director strategy, research, and communication at our office of the special prosecutor. This guy's office, his position is not provided in the Act of the OSP Act. This guy. Sa the position we. Sa the office now we create a man no. The OSP Act, it is not provided in it. This guy is working illegally. Anybody can take him on. This guy, office now occupying or say a director of strategy, research, and communication. The OSP Act, it is not. It has that office. It is not. It has. There is no legal backing to that position he has created. It is not provided in the Act. This guy is working illegally. He is working illegally. That's why Mekacha would say, can Kisieja Bing, he has created a cartel at the OSP's office. Ochina, if anybody asks the OSP's office, say, provide a provision in the act, a creative Akwawe officer, they cannot provide that. Go and read the OSP Act. This guy's office is not provided in there. So how did this guy, and ask yourself, how much money has been paid to this guy? But Akwawe to me, Dina TV is no atem, all because ye Jimmy and the atom officer mano illegally taking illegal money. Go and read the OSP Act. Akwawe office, no, it does not cover it. They created these opportunities for their people. And they are taking money from us, stealing from us, and they are disrespecting us on top. It pay me or granting interviews, Edidi Ghana for I was like, what the heck is happening in Ghana? Akwawe also go jail, also you're chilling in jail. Yes. Because Oji Abain salary, there should be a provision. There should be an act. Emaho Kwan say it was said the accountant general etuaoka. Now, so who teacher near Ghana Abain etuaneka. Obia ye budget bia parliament approve ye di Abain sika money biano. Ye wo provision your actor a bon ban say it was say etuaoka. It was say the taxpayer sika amount. Akwawe or Yejima Special Prosecutor's Office provisions the OSP Act, it does not cover. That office was created by OSP himself. Now, $50.5 million in the Senate Akwawe di Ochina, if somebody decides to go to court to challenge this guy's office, that person will win. So Ochina, if somebody decides to sue this guy or sue the office of the special prosecutor for them to prove that this guy's office, the act of the OSP office, a Kavana, they cannot provide one document. Go and read all the acts, the OSP, the act, go and read it. It is not in there. So this guy is being paid illegally. He needs to be in jail. That's why I'm saying the OSP must be investigated because Sikana Oditia Akwawe or 60%. Yes. Kisie Jabin, any money he's giving to this boy, all the incentives he's giving to this boy, or 60%. So technically, he's paying himself twice. Now what Ghana me say? Adebia me buy OSP huno, you people will be shocked. Why are we I'm telling you. OSP a creative office way to pay himself. So this guy sitting there, about 60% of the salary on paper, on the creative Akwawe, but it goes to the OSP. Kisieja being a dangerous guy. On also we are paying on the on show be a shoes he's not a prosecutor, he's a protector of crimes. Now young queen him namjuja bibi munchiramu. When you kuma kona koda. Now you see this. This is the man we are all talking about, Ken Ofori Atta. Adentina OSP to me fanemba. Why are we still sitting here discussing Ken Ofori Atta? Why? Who is he? Ononkwa Adentina, the government cannot bring him. November 13th, the case na koshe. Osaba Biuma, the charge sheet, and I say, charges he will amend again. He does not care about you. He's doing business. It's business as usual. The OSP, he's doing business. And until we all come together and make sure he's kicked out, give this government the necessary pressure. I will give the president the necessary pressure from here, and we all have to put our mouth in it for the OSP's office. Either it's going to be scrapped or a new person or new group of people come to head that office. Yes. We are wasting money. So far, we have wasted over $50 million on 3 people. $50 million. Remember, OSP needs pay OG. Every month, how much fuel coupons a kono Kasa yediamano. Allowances a kono otu kwanchen ubia o Ghana. OSP. Make sure on the tickets. This year alone, last year, how many travels he made? You'll be shocked. Last year, and this year, 2022, 2023, 2024, 2025. But how about the trips he's made in the first class? Any baby okoye. This guy, Kusieja Ben, or a dangerous guy. He's living like an Arabian king. Yes, on Paul Adomotri. He has something on Paul Adomotri. Some people called him that he should just leave the case and let Paul walk. That's why Paul Adomotri is walking. The day they will change the office of the special prosecutor, the person who comes over, you jail Paul Adomotri. Yeah. I didn't think I said we by Paul on to me KB. A butter. A butter. He knows he has a criminal case on Paul Adomotri. He has it. But why is he not going ahead with prosecution? No. Because he wanted Paul Adomotri to stop talking now. And they sat down and they agreed. Paul Adomotri can never be hard on OSP again. Never. Because he's holding his balls. He can activate Paul Adomotri's prosecution tomorrow. Yes. And that is, and Paul is walking without a soul. Now, we are here today because of this man. His name is Ken Ofori Atta. And they be an Ghana for this guy or you dangerous. And you see, we should have known that Ken Ofori Atta and his group, Ekufuado, Gabi, Bumpty, Bedi Etuo, this group, Bawumia, Sankofo, Wenyinano, they have been doing this for years. Ken Ofori Atta the Odiayamono. Ken Ofori Atta, he is experienced in these kind of scams. So. And you see, when he does the damage, he will go away for a very long time. And then you will see him pop up. And then when he pops up, he will come and tell you that all that you heard is a lie. And that the things people are saying about him are all lies. Ignore it. That is Ken Ofori Atta. What he does is, or your damage now. After he finishes the damage, he will leave the scene. And Ken, we should have known the day Nanado Dankweku Fuadamo Ekofa Ken Ofori Atta mobile back somewhere running your finances. This guy came to Ghana to tell us, say, he's going to work for us for free. I think I'm this guy, your finances in this guy is not an economist. Basically, he works on hedge funds. This guy's or to say Obia or Gigi Susu. Na bosumi bia watetitititi obi asusu no so na ba ne dia o de se susu obi ogigi susu odwom obi ogigi susu odwom onye economist o obi otiti susu odwom oye smart collector tax na ban egi edwadifo no ogi the same tax if edwadifo no ho. And how does he do it? He do it in a form of savings. In Tobacco Chow say you 10 Ghana mami de bia na bosumi so na se 30 Ghana mema den 18 Ghana if we say sa sikara de mame bosumi bia no mesum de nie we na me sie ma wo enti mesum de ne enti 10 Ghana bia betu no de bia no me de wom 2 Ghana cedis. This is what this guy believes. Or no onye economist, onye somebody who can think deep and move things around and make sure say at the end of the day no numbers with data we indices are looking good. He doesn't care. What he cares about is he keeps your money and makes profit of it. That is his specialty. And such people are always devising different ways to make sure, say, he's bringing new ways into my culture. Say, oh, so soon the number Friday, Monday to Friday. Say, Monday to Sunday, Saturday, Sunday, dear no, and no dear, ebe me dia. But Monday to Friday, because first, now you Monday to Friday, now or Friday no fa. Or the Saturday and Sunday beka ho. Inti eba sana Monday to Friday dia wodia, na Saturday Sunday no fa. We beat you. This is Ofori Atta. And he has been doing this for years. And you see, ye Jimmy to the point to say, ye to me unkwara mienu, de wa tebo a okasa dindin no no Benjamin, ye Jimmy papa. Akwa we buy or the white shirt and the Bible ne buy. We saw it. We knew it. We could see. We were telling you. In fact, I was one of the people who sat on TV and radio, Facebook, everywhere, telling Ghana for said, this guy is dangerous. And I just didn't say he's dangerous. Michelle, some of the things he's done to Ghana. A report by Mami and Lajino. Kind of Ofori Atta be a friend of Obutan investment. Emma, ye forensic audits, Social Security and National Insurance Trust. Document on the Bechemwaha. It was Ken Ofori Atta's handwork. Otnasi, Elo Cookie Company, and or the Ura Snake or the G Snake for Sika, Ken Ofori Atta, or no Tourim. The investigations, it was prepared by Worldwide Investment Company Limited, Deloitte and Touch, or whatever you guys call it. They did the forensic audit. Ken Ofori Atta to me create a scam and a odiria snet Social Security. Nananom ya papa no coach or the snet for a partnership and real musica investment or say or the real estate investment to be ba. It is snet for musica mra or the sika baba one for dime or we are not over 500 million not old Ghana. That is Ken Ofori Atta. The evidence are there. The forensic audit is there. We knew this. We sat in Ghana. We knew this guy is dangerous. Ofori Atta went away for some time. Urban or the white shirt in Kwabaye. And I say, I'm coming back again. You Jimmy. You see, Ken Ofori Atta family, not your bruchi, no your banking, or school. And I'm saying these are imposters. These are dangerous people. Metna TV so catch the Ghana for Nyansa for the GDA and Kwasia for this same MPP for and there almost to my Bawumia, to my Kennedy, to my Wine. These were the people who were defending Ken Ofori Atta. These are the same people. And they almost say, Yantam Ghana and Yamfama Omu. Now, my mention. Obutan deal, no. In 2017, Mami and Lajin, I'm reading a had Labor Policy International. Omu extra letter comma a year. The Chief Executive Officer, National Pension Regulatory Authority, 2017 said, this report, this forensic audit, Ken Ofori Atta is back. What are we doing? 2017, powerful. Now I read the document. Now this is what it says. 18th of September 2017. I'm sure I'll let you come out. Snake for. Me person me sure who Ken Ofori Atta is. Send a yeah, can and then some now you not be shocked. And the NPP they know. Almost 30 year campaign. Kennedy, Bawumia, Kobne Japan, Kentry, Brand Champ. What is Obiaka second Ken Ofori Atta and Bragana? What is Obi and Wakabi? What they report on forensic audit of the Social Security and National Insurance Trust Fund. National Insurance Trust, SNIT. We forward herewith for your study and necessary action a copy of a report on the forensic audit of the Social Security and National Insurance Trust conducted by a team of consultants led by Worldwide Investment Company Limited and Deloitte and Touch at the instance of the Ministry of Finance in 2001. So the forensic audit was done in 2001. Now, when are you president? In Ken Ofori Atta be sikano the tail end of the Kufuor's administration, 1999, 2000, 2001. That was when Ken Ofori Atta struck. These are some of the reasons here. Emma at JJ Rollins ni Atta Mills in problem because Atta Mills was supposed, when he took office, he was supposed to prosecute Ken Ofori Atta, and Ken Ofori Atta left the country. So in 1999 to 2001, Ken Ofori Atta did the damage. Or a dangerous guy who. Now, when you read the second paragraph, this is what it says. Its findings and recommendations were implemented should have its findings and recommendations, when implemented, should have a positive impact on cooperative governance of SNIT towards ensuring security of funds as well as prudence, transparency, and accountability in its administration to ensure retirement income security for its membership. A management review, which should also interest you, was conducted concurrently and was to be submitted subsequent to the report on a forensic audit. We are advised and believe same to be true that although the report predates the establishment of the authority's actions on the findings and recommendations contained therein are within your mandates and can be dealt with appropriately. It was signed by His Excellency the President. No, it was actually, the presidency was CC'd, and it was signed by Acting Executive Director Seth Ablakwa or something like that, the Director General SNIT. So this letter was written in 2017. That in 2001, Ken Ofori Atta forensic audit was done. Timer on a year. Timer on a year. On it SNIT for call into a business partnership at Odupu SNIT. Into we no Ghana no and Ochen ya at a point, and he showed up. What did he say? 2003. Data bank, Awuno, EIC, and ex-SNIT boss to be prosecuted is a question. This is 2003. Satana Ken Ofori Atta were damage in the court. Me person me didn't come out who Ken Ofori Atta is. The reason why it's here. Onye ready to about Ghana. This is something he has done before, and the special prosecutor protecting him is part of this grand scheme. Ken Ofori Atta is dangerous. I don't want to say. Now, Mama idea. When you go into the audit report, the forensic audit report, the recommendations were there. What did they say? I mean, reading one or two of the recommendations in show. Tinsi OSP. We need to sack the OSP. The OSP is a dangerous man. He is a protector of criminals. Now, when you read a year forensic audit now, this is what you see. When you read the audit, the forensic audit, the recommendation, this is what the recommendation said. When you know it's about Ken Ofori Atta. Oh, you're dangerous. Why you juma we check? Or say, recommendations. From a review of the records on this project, we recommend that the following actions should be implemented. This is from the committee that was set up. The audit, the forensic audit. Forensic audit. This is what the committee said. It was supposed to be implemented. Ken Ofori Atta was supposed to be jailed. And until we have confidence to come back again to destroy us. Before election 2020, Ken Ofori Atta, after the Auditor General audited a year, Ken Ofori Atta took 52 billion of Ghana's money. Everything the Yahoo says can no. Now, we read the recommendation now. 1. The promoters of the project, Enterprise Insurance. Those were the promoters. Oyuzu Enterprise Insurance. It's a company, and on this net a partnership. Enterprise Insurance. The same Enterprise Insurance I was had back. Ken Ofori Atta. Maybe I about OSP case. It's not much sure why they are protecting Ken Ofori Atta. OSP is protecting him. OSP needs to be sacked, investigated, and prosecuted. Now, 1. The promoters of the project, Enterprise Insurance, Data Bank, Forensic Audit Renew, Enterprise Insurance, Data Bank, and Awuno Law Consultancy should all be prosecuted for deceiving SNIT into a joint venture on Melissa House, that is presentation of false information on. Almost say enterprise insurance, data bank, Awuno Lomo, Sanko Fomuno, Miansano, they did what? They, at the end of the day, deceived SNIT and SNIT to seek a Ghanaian. And forensic auditing recommendation and say these people are supposed to be prosecuted. Can Ofori Atta the data bank check, on the data bank any enterprise insurance by he is the owner. Now, Oko point 2, this is what it says. Presenting incorrect information on the contribution of Enterprise Insurance Company towards the project when in actual fact, Enterprise Insurance Company, as at now, has not contributed 1 cent towards the project. Over 500 million Enterprise Insurance can say, Senate form from Camera, Enterprise Insurance and for 1 cent. One. And you be normally more PDS no. Omo T PDS no. For 1 cent, $500 million coin. The same thing. At the same time, they can offer a share no time in 1999. The same thing will be Kukimamo PDS. Also PDS. Group of companies don't buy together by form PDS. Now you're there. They did not even put a dime in it. But at the end of the day, they made away with our $500 million. That is the same thing. It's a replica. Now you get what I mean? Yes. Now over point 3 in this one. I say the property Melissa House should be taken over by SNIT at a cost of at a cost of 1,650, for which it had already made a payment in excess. When you go to the next one, it says, and in promoters and the promoters, Enterprise Insurance Company, Data Bank, Awuno Law Consultancy should be made to refund the overpayment of $594,000 to SNIT. Now, SNIT management, specifically Mr. Charles Asare and Mr. Asiedu Jemfi, should be prosecuted for reckless investment of SNIT funds. In addition, the SNIT board should sanction them for gross display, incompetence, and blatantly subordinating SNIT's interests in the transaction of those of Data Bank, Awuno Law Consultancy, and Enterprise Insurance Company. These are the recommendations. Besides, so Ken Ofori Atta, some of the things are here in the bini. Don't underestimate Ken Ofori Atta. Ken Ofori Atta, ejuma we wayache. He knows what he's doing. He has been doing this for years. Into about back now, Oshisha white, no. He knew what he was doing because Ghana for ye Jimmy. In the end, we are all sitting here saying, say, OSP, Enkofa Ken Ofori Atta ba. Ken Ofori Atta, on an employ Kisie Jabing. What Kisie Jabing is doing now is protecting Ken Ofori Atta. He's not going to bring Ken Ofori Atta. That never. Kisie Jabing would never lead Ghana to bring Ken Ofori Atta. Never. Over his dead body. On your da. And if anybody is thinking that Kisie Jabing is going to go bring Ken Ofori Atta, Saadiana Oya Nendana o blame the Attorney General. Onim dia Oye. He knows. He will never give any docket to Attorney General because there's no docket. Docket here. Ken Ofori Atta some man Kisie Jabing some man 1 week no fan prepared docket or bois. He doesn't have any docket. I can say this on authority. The Special Prosecutor's Office does not have any dockets on Ken Ofori Atta. Nothing. He is now putting something together. Now, you see, today, OSP, when we say, and there were my boy, we have a catcher say, OSP is nearing completion of its work on Ofori Atta and will transmit the necessary information to the AG this week to facilitate the extradition process. Or say, and the OSP catcher say, they are now completing. They are nearing completion. They are doing what? They are nearing completion. And the date here said 20th of October 2025. I find that OSP catcher say, Ken Ofori Atta investigations, he is now nearing completion. Now what you will obe provide document, obe transmit it. That means obe email it. On your ready, sir, or the hard copy be bro. Remember that email exchange from OSP and the Attorney General. No, the Attorney General was saying, "Say, give me the docket wherever you have gotten to, and add 2 investigators to it, and let them come and join me, so that we collaborate together." So, that statement from Attorney General means that Attorney General onim baby ojina and onim baby OSP jina. He does not want to interfere. He is calling for a collaboration. At the end of the day, what was the OSP supposed to do? All the way back in August. Remember, I mentioned your letter way. Oh, it's our letter way. This letter, a year last week, me can't share one free Attorney General's office, a free OSP office, a free Jubilee House. This letter, me can't share last week, So what kind letter did not shed the woman? This was what was in the letter, 10 years. Time Attorney General, Echokoma Kisia Jabeno, or say, I bring you compliments from the office of the Attorney General. Or say, 1, this follows your letter to this office dated June 20, 2025, and our subsequent conversation on subject Ken Nana ya Ofori Atta. Inti Attorney General no eye OSP say letter we ya metrama uno may they responded to June 20 letter bia otrobaye all the way back in June 20, because this letter was on the 3rd of September, right? Second, for urgent law enforcement decision-making purposes, kindly furnish this office with the following. Or say, Mr. send you betu mama ejumana kontem about Ken Ofori Atta extradition no. Mr. Sanyoma we fabreme. 1, a copy of the docket, and in bracket, dear Attorney General, in its current state on the subject. Or see, for a copy of the docket in Breme in its current state. Or see, baby, what Rubiano, what the for docket in Breme. So when you in its current state, because you are bringing the docket with your investigators coming also to come and help work on the docket. Into say, baby, I would do no in its current state. In this way to 70% to 80% to 10% to you just bring it. I want to see it, because for all you know, I might also have some suggestions or even something to add to the evidence you already have. So the Attorney General was being polite. The Attorney General was not being forceful. The Attorney General was not ordering the special prosecutor. The Attorney General was being polite. The Attorney General wanted the collaboration. So I'll say, 1, a copy of the docket in its current state on the subject. 2, an investigative report, even if interim, on the subject. Or say, another one, I was an investigative report, even interim. Even the moya wejuma krampa unya nyen official no krampo, you can add it. I don't have a problem. I can still work with it. So the Attorney General was ready and willing to work with the Office of the Special Prosecutor on everything that they had worked on so far. He was not even about why ye oh baba ye what doing or see baby what do be an brand boom, because one in the first place ocho letter comma chief of staff say oh per se ye fa kwan bi so ne de Ofori Atta ba enti se opese ye fa kwan bi so a ende fa ejuma wa baby wodu bia fa bra me na me ya aban lawyer panyini na me no wontena se ne ye nhwem eno boni be ne wom Third, any other information which you believe will be necessary for the purpose. Or say, third, so what information for be our audience or the can ho ebeboa fa no ka ho. Into 1, for the bra, for docket bra in its current form. Or say it does not matter where you have gotten to because near to. But baby also who say Attorney General air diabolic and air simple. Letter way a June and a September and an Attorney General air responded to a OSP the June letter or trouble. Now had Attorney General on his Twitter page all the way in August. That is after on it, Attorney General I back and forth. He wrote on his Twitter page. Obi busa the question. Obi posti Ofori Atta issue no. And a gentleman called Gideon, Ebusa, a Office of the Special Prosecutor question say, this is in August. Remember, the back and forth with Attorney General and the OSP, it was in June, July. All right? June, July. Now, in August, Attorney General could post BB on the Twitter page. So, and Abrante Bebusa and say, oh, I thought this notice would furnish us with details on how far the extradition process has reached. But, well, Abrante because Attorney OSP. Now me just say, sir, a year update on my idea, and can be my details about Ofori Atta the neighbor. No, I was okay. And Office of the Special Prosecutor, I responded to Abrante. They did not try. Data shall say 20th of August 2025. I feel we are. Special Prosecutor say, OSP has done everything it has to do. OSP has done everything it has to do on this case. It is now the turn of Attorney General and the United States. Or see, OSP, they also oye biya case will be our year. It is the turn of the Attorney General and the United States. The same time, Attorney General was sitting in his office waiting for the docket. Attorney General, the same time, and Special Prosecutor Agent Twitter, Ekacha Ghana for say, on why the human in it is left with the Attorney General, any US phone penny for, and also making sure say, yeah, the Ofori Atta no. The same time, no, na Attorney General Ebusa a month ago, Ebusa OSP said, for docket bra in its state, maybe obia for investigators count, but he was on Twitter telling the whole world to say, why you money in a nipa on person be money Attorney General. But in the letter, the Attorney General was still waiting for the OSP to hand over the docket of Ofori Atta to him. Now, or say, we call something Mutual Legal Assistance Program, and the central authority is AG. If you need a person or something from another country, in this case, a person, you request extradition through the central authority to the nation where the subject is in. So when you say I want to ask the OSP, who gave you the authority to put Ofori Atta on the Interpol red list? Because if you know there's something called the Legal Assistance Program, then it means that you, the OSP, you knew that in the first place, putting Ofori Atta on that list was going to hinder investigations. Because we didn't know anything called Legal Assistance Program. And we know that with the Legal Assistance Program, it is only the Attorney General's office that can take that action. So what made you decide to put Ofori Atta on the Interpol red list? It means you were doing this to stop the Attorney General from taking any action. Now, in the first place, why did you first write a letter to the Jubilee House instead of the Attorney General, who is the lawyer of the government? Why? Jubilee House, do they prosecute? It's not a prosecutorial office. They don't have the power to prosecute. And with all the law you are a lawyer, you know that there's nobody in the Jubilee House who can prosecute Ofori Atta or insist that Ofori Atta should come to Ghana. It is only through the Attorney General's office, because you are educating us that when you use the Mutual Legal Assistance Program, the Attorney General can activate that for Ofori Atta to be extradited. Now, why didn't you write to the Attorney General but decided to write to the Jubilee House? You knew what you were doing. You were trying to infuse or trying to malign the Jubilee House. Senior Beya Assembly doing no akache Ghana for said the president did not take action. You did not get support from the Jubilee House. You were trying to give the Jubilee House a bad name because you are an experienced lawyer. And even this definition you given us, it means clearly you know how the procedure works. So why did you write to the Jubilee House instead of the Attorney General directly? The Chief of Staff, is he a lawyer? Does he represent the government? But you know the state attorney. So why did you write the letter to the Jubilee House? Because he wanted to implicate the Jubilee House. He wanted the conversation later to be, say, I even approached the Jubilee House and they ignored me. But the chief of staff, being intelligent, he forwarded that legal document to the Attorney General, because it is the job of the Attorney General to look through the legal document to give us clear-cut direction on how to tackle it. So why you as a lawyer, why you as a prosecutor, why did you decide to forward a letter to the Jubilee House whilst you know the Attorney General's office is in charge of that? Because from your own explanation, from your own Twitter page, you said there's something called Mutual Legal Assistance Program, and the central authority is the AG. You know that the central authority, in terms of the legal assistance program, it is only the AG who can activate that between Ghana and the United States leadership. So why did you write the letter to the Jubilee House? It is because he's doing politics. The man is a bad man. Kiseja being or dangerous. He's a very diabolic, dangerous guy. He knows what he's doing. You see, he sits with Ofori Atta's people and they devise a plan. What they want to do now is they want to politicize the matter to the point whereby it will look like the Jubilee House is blocking investigations. That's all. So if the chief of staff, now when you go to the last paragraph on his own response, the AG will work with that country, and when they finally agree to extradite the person, the OSP will be invited to US to work together with their law enforcement to bring the suspect back. It is an cultural letter to come AG. And AG busa docket and Kaudemano, and AG activate mutual assistance program. Then you can come to the US and work with the US authority to bring Ofori Atta. Why did you choose to go to Jubilee House? And even after you went to the Jubilee House, the AG respectfully wrote to you and said, give me the docket in its current form. I like the way the AG used that word, because you see, if the AG had not said, give the letter to me in its current form, the special prosecutor would have told us that he is investigating and that he cannot release the investigation. But he said, give me the investigation, the docket in its current form. Add 2 of your investigators, and the investigations you've done in its current form, bring it. Why couldn't you do that till date? Now, Adia Chinda Okachere say this week you will be done with the investigations and then you will forward the docket. He's lying. I can tell you on authority, Kisi Ejabing OSP's office, they don't have any dockets on Ofori Atta. No dockets. No investigations has been done. Even Mustafa Hamidem, he's not done any investigations. You are from your own statement. You know that it's only the AG who can do this. Why did you write a letter to the chief of staff? What was your reason for that? What was the motive behind it? You are a bad man. You are a very dangerous man. You're not supposed to occupy any public office. They need to sack you, investigate you, and prosecute you. You need to end up in jail. You're a bad man. He is working with Ofori Atta's legal team. They are telling him what to do. They want to make sure they implicate the Jubilee House. Imagine that when the chief of staff received the letter and said, you know what, just put it aside. This OSP is not serious. Imagine what he would have said today. Me say, nyame ene di Jubilee House nwa fofi. Omo they are intelligent to know, say, legal matters is supposed to be the Attorney General. Imagine, say, and assuming, say, the chief of staff, he forgot. Assuming the chief of staff forgot and said, I'm busy, I'll take care of this. And the two bibim and no trust, so I'll take care of it. And then fear. Unmatmanka OSP bekande. Anka OSP release a statement. Anko Obabe Jina TV so I catch them say. Anko nam menkwana menamo de meye bia enye ye. If we say minimo ka say let away me try the command Jubilee House 3 months in I have not heard anything. We were up there. Hey, Mahama on the Jubilee House. They are protecting Ofori Atta. The OSP needs to leave office in the next 24 hours. He's a crazy man. This guy is a crazy guy. This is a guy you don't allow to occupy public office. We need to demonstrate, go to that office, seal it off, and tell him never to come there again. Or you're a dangerous guy. Not or you're ready to fight corruption. He's a bad person. He's a bad man. A very, very wicked person. He's making money out of the office. I did not write this. You wrote it. It means you have more knowledge about how to extradite Ken Ofori Atta than any of us. Kisi Jabeng, you have more knowledge. You know the right channel to take, but you refuse to take it. Now, let's take our time and read the statement he put out today. Namenchiro Bibia Akwawe Emmanuel dangerous. On say Kisi Jabeng, our media for the be uti omoka on his side. They do his fucking bidding for him. May expose you munyina. Also media for be, especially more Joy News. Those boys are on his payroll. And sa sameda kono oni the lead side jumano. Any time bia Kisi Jabeng ne tobeka edwemu no. Those people on Joy News multimedia, they do the damage for him. And why sadie ne die nyiska. So we are not even asking about accountability. We are talking about $50.5 million. As we sit here, this guy cannot come on TV and say, through my work, I have prosecuted this person. He is still amending cases in court. This idiot is still amending cases. Amending cases in 2025. From 2022, you are amending cases in 2025. What bodam? How is this even possible? You entered office in 2022. You are amending cases in 2025. Imagine, sa letter come Jubilee House no. Unim di ankobe. Sa letter we. Our come Jubilee House no. What he was going to do was that it would have been one of the biggest scandal NDC Abambe facing in their first term. Yeah. In this letter we a trap. They were cooking a scandal. And Kasade way, chief of staff Bokeles and keep it letter for even 3 weeks, 1 month. And can be the biggest scandal. And can you obey? And Kobetchanya will release letter with their Joy News for. And then at the same time, Azuri Moyano, they coordinate with such people, and that's how they do their journalism. It's in Kisi Jabeng, Obetchanya 2 months, 3 months. Anytime I end this TV, so I can say Kisi Jabeng needs to be taken out of the office. He's not doing a job. Then he will leak the document to Azuri. He will leak the document to Joy News. So we'll be sitting there, but he say, ging, breaking news. The special prosecutor, 3 months ago, basically sent a letter to the Jubilee House. We will be giving the details. Ging. Now the caption about is the Jubilee House protecting criminals. No more static. They will do a whole episode. Na ging breaking news. Good evening, welcome to Joy News. My name is Ivan Smensa. I have my colleagues here tonight. The breaking news is that the special prosecutor today, we have intercepted Kevin Taylor scandal. We cannot confirm because court action. But Omaka say we have intercepted the documents by the special prosecutor that was given to the chief of staff, and the chief of staff has decided not to release the rest. But Joy News, the fearless. Evans Mensa, Nitisa Tabono. No, I bet on fearless Joy News, we have been able to intercept the documents. My scandals. So letter here about Attorney General, OSP, Jubilee House, men are releasing in they are scared to mention my name. I will control the media. Next week, from a bigger one than this. Nobody can stop it. Din. Kwasi for almost which men a Vietnam suit to be breaking news today. The special prosecutor has spoken. We have intercepted a document. The chief of staff Julius Debra has kept a document that was supposed to be out to start the Ken Ofori Atta prosecution and repatriation and extradition. We'll be right back after this short break. Kwasiafo near to we mu de hard boa work plan. We are check the same thing. Kwasimo mu ya no. Now fuck boys no. Kofi your friend saying Kojo Yanks mo omo show atun channel kan. We don't even understand. So what do you mean? Can you read the letter again? Can you read the third paragraph? So you mean the special prosecutor actually sent this to the Jubilee House 3 months ago? Back Jimmy thought, yeah, this is true. What can we do? You see, politicians are the same. And we have been saying there's nothing different from this Jubilee House and the first Jubilee House. This is quite astonishing. In fact, put it on the screen. Someone Jimmy. Where one of the Omni Jimmy Biao, where almost somewhere Jimmy. No matter to an opportunity. So when you read the comment, you can see the letter. It looks like I'm even surprised. Why didn't the chief of staff take any? So I want to ask, but I think the chief of staff has been in cabinet meetings, right? Now I could say, oh yes, they meet. So he meets the president and brief the president every day. Oh yes, we all know what happens. So you want to tell me the president doesn't know? Most of it, Peace FM for no. Peace 104.3 and that year as some SC. Then you know if Jubilee House you could see a special prosecutor and ya bodechi ya kade chinsam Ghana for atumoja show and into Sukoko actually and that year as some abba. Now the akotinya say and no pay and able to dra FM4 from Joy News the krata bi abetu dwa special prosecutor Mr. Kisi Ejabin sa na odensa ahye krata se e de Jubilee House na ekoka Mr. Julius Debransa amuamunim se see no on chief of staff no ono na de bi on president trase edwendwene o man hu no let ekoka ne nsa June bosumi atoso eda etoso eduonu mienu let no ekire se special prosecutor no ensema o board pele edigu krata so ni nyina de koma president se Ken Ofori Atta na oye sikahwe sofo ema Ghana ne ho nsem bia be se kotwena se efiri abrochire ba no ni nyina kopie Jubilee House na emom krata no o kan ekire se na special prosecutor pemwa every president Mahama ho ema makrata no kopie Julius Debra oye chief justice chief of staff so na emom krata no kire se na nka Jubilee House emwa na omuntumi enkeka nyomansie ni na ontumi kwa atade general no munyina enko mutirim pa ho na omokofa Ofori Atta embra na enso krata yi ekodi Mr. Julius Debra oye chief staff ron letter yi okashe baby omwamwa letter no share ponase na na yebusa se Jubilee House ya John Mahama ene Julius Debra mo eda no sebio omo ye bibi ajai ama ayeketa hye de proya ye nyina yakọ ho ekoto ho aba eyi mom emom bedi Ghana so no akoso ana every say krata we de ache na akodi om nsem edie na ama Julius Debra ene president Mahama entumi entu ho anamo ye beba ye twa ye ho aba co-bites edutumwa eno aso yase Dr. Obuasi bites ene koko abonike emfo so eka ho ye dan ye ho aba ne ma menmo om tetrotrum oma bre om koton kobi Inti from Kaneshi all the way to Bubuashi wa bre wa kontokwa de wenya trotro matena speaker bole ene hye seat na se or download from Santasi to Bantama ye ma amene muti rodium omuti trotrum ene de makri boba boom abo say state of the traffic ene or download asa wada oboa otie ni nyire echa anase enim dia course system ni mo yete ha ese de mi bia ene ye ma amemu download inti ye ma amemu no omu download omu download nkwasi asem wenya ade achia oka bibia chero nti Mahama ene okonya de o say asantini o say MPP on pe NDC o tan jeje de na asem si de na muke Mahama ni enti kroma ene si OSP chiro letter de command no so try ni enkoyi kedo fura tambra e de ne yehunu ha Mahama Mahama yo mama so bro yo mama de ni Mahama de enim no kasa na nkoma mo hihye de abrem no ena mbeti o moto inti uvuwa Jack mumienko enim inti ade no ni nyina no. Now let's move forward. Maminkind and he released a statement. Now statement no say or kan enum asem OSP on kan okure ochena bibie no obekam yenti mumiempam no mumiempra na chisa akata ne akacha mumien say OSP nyobi obetuma tena officer. We need to sack this guy, investigate and prosecute him. She akwa we ade bia me be expose na ono obenu medroku no ho. Asami nkofo azafo gwa an intano patutu tuna kwame sefa kan ne komna dankan waba kwame na dankan omwa jimi bruta aloteje komne num kan kweku ba ko so hwe watch ono so betena wa na one thing ai kwame sefa kan ene de nkofo ba de show so no asore de wa hage ob ni show na gu why old horse or dem Ghana wa no George ba ohun be ekọ hwe ye ba na motete wo ya pam mu nyina mo fi system nim anka say no na anka mo de akọ Peace FM kwame sefa kan o telephone so or can girls message ba I na Kwame na then also Kwame bibia bo you o shey I bet then weekend easy our yerekobo anomabo minyonku bi Kwame ansa wewu and ma me na okay baby na ekoi inyo nti weekend easy na anomabo na yewo awa enyim bibia bibia eboko oh Kwame na bibia also ho ye ai omo jimi omo wampanifu na kweku then Kwame na ebe then ya base ne ya ba na Ghana zi Munsamzi. Okay, let's take Kwame. So I know bro Fubaku, we know the room. Let's take our first story. You are still listening to Kroko. My name is Kwame Sefakai, the General, Chairman General. You're still live on 104.3. Now, more FCC there. What's the OSP? Now, I want to say, Duncan, OSP, who then, I'm kind of jandam neighbor. Answer on mobile sano. Sa sports for ne ba ansa na Kwame maba in sports for ne carry jandam no sa akwara ne hu fi bi na ne tirefu na okoware girl bi de jana nansen no dan kweku ye bo a omo no mo hihye nkomo no enti obetena wa so ejimijimi Kwame we de papa bi na asemi ba da bi onye jimijimi yo jandam enti sports for ne start jandam no enti dan kweku ye bo a no ejimijimi obetran the tirefu no hu fi bi Kwame and come say we asiro na den na yetete yesi dan kweku ye boy comedian or ye show yes ye jimi ye hu de enye ho adan because obetran studio na oteta no kan kwa 17 ho asire me I don't see anything funny about that guy enti dan kweku ye boy am na start jandam no enti we de ye sports no ye be kora Kwame asem sire bi amati o say o dan de wo so de ho asire o say o Kwame Kwame we de yes special prosecutor say no ma start jandam no enti sports for no omo ne ja enam no piece no red meat ne to Kwame sports was good there so be enim so why jubo na be there am I from be there enti Kwame say na dan there na be so okay Kwame you there so we there enti why enim say dey see enti let an call home area se there din o osoro pe okoya na Kwame e dey atoa so cause that time no Kwame na dan kan sere Kweku ba ko sere nana komi asere na wa Kwame na dan ka se Kwame onya grow e dan nyame shon Kwame onya grow asema dan iken no me dia wom na jandam no enti asena dan kan oil slow na OSP we ti na echira NDC for 10 papa on tase wa Kwame so let an po ha ma men kan chire won no me dia ginam jandam o mesa mu nyina o mo bekumo we maka ka no mo wu o mesa mu ansa no mo wu mo men kan OSP the speech now and the other about no wedwa. Now the speech now the about a 4-page document. Me kofo minimum ya me kabi chabuti. Sponsor for a set agenda no now there now. Now press statement in a free OSP oba no. The first page it's basically a preamble. Now, or clarification of the status, processes, and security protocols in the matter of Kenneth Ofori Atta investigations and extradition request. Into on my background, you know what has happened, how the investigations near the identity, there isn't much in there. Now, okay, second page now. This is what is there. Mommy and Kanye and you. Oh. Now, second page, OSP Chobi Bio, or say. For the records, by the end of May 2025, the OSP had obtained a judicial warrant of arrest of Mr. Ofori Atta. The OSP then declared Mr. Ofori Atta a fugitive from justice and placed him on the list of wanted persons of the OSP. Now, I say on the 25th of May, and OSP obtained judicial warrant and omunya warrant say Omube to me I then declare Ken Ofori Atta a wanted man. And then a man nya sa to me na or the Ken Ofori Atta a two so a wanted list so no. Inti Ken Ofori Atta a OSP kwaje warrant. Na question to the OSP ni say na onim say one Attorney General collaborator obe to me make enya sa opportunity to even go to America and bring Ken Ofori Atta na. All along he knew say there was another router he could have used. But in all these cases, and as all along, one for Attorney General and Dinkomo, when Musa assistance, when she all along, now Musa assistance be for Jubilee House, and so taking all these decisions. Now, when you move forward, it says this: The office has since successfully defended several applications filed by Mr. Ofori Atta in the Ghanaian court in an attempt to have his name removed from the list of wanted person. I say, oh, can Ofori Atta ye bibia say ye be ni din every wanted list him ema no OSP wa court ako defend the adikudientia I was say can Ofori Atta ni din da ho wanted list so. Me busa the attorney the OSP. Time na ugina court e defend we nyina no. Na wonim say ye bibia ye friend no de now when you say will be a friend mutual legal assistance and can bet you see attorney general no the amana easy. You knew all this. You did not collaborate with the attorney general. You did not write to the attorney general. You did all these things. After that, you wrote a letter to the Jubilee House. After all these things, and now wrote a letter at the called Jubilee House. But you knew, said there's something called mutual legal assistance program. You did not take advantage of it. You decided to do this yourself. Now, what kind of letter now or say? In early June 2025, the OSP successfully caused Mr. Ofori Atta to be placed on the red notice of Interpol. Or say, a junior Chemia and a Otumi Di Juma and the Ofori Atta eto Interpol a wanted list. Now, simultaneously, the OSP triggered the process for the extradition of Mr. Ofori Atta through the Chief of Staff at the presidency on 2nd June 2025. TA. Or say, in early June 2025, the OSP successfully caused Mr. Ofori Atta to be placed on the red notice of Interpol. In the early days of June, on to me, F.R. Kwame so, I may the Ken Ofori Atta at wanted list. Meaning, time or the Ken Ofori Atta at wanted listeners, now onim how to bring Ken Ofori Atta back home. Well, on one statement, I make a time or the Ken Ofori Atta at wanted listeners, now onim how he was going to bring Ken Ofori Atta back home. But he put Ken Ofori Atta on the wanted list. After that, or say, the same time, and now all the Ken Ofori Atta to the wanted list. So simultaneously, the OSP triggered the process for the extradition of Mr. Ofori Atta through the Chief of Staff at the presidency on the 2nd of June 2025. The same time, and now all the Ken Ofori Atta to wanted list. The same time, sooner now on the Jubilee House, Edin Komo, send your beya. Into the same time, I'm not ordinary to listen. The same time, or throw letter at the Jubilee House. But remember, this OSP says there's something called the Mutual Legal Assistance Program, and the central authority is AG. Onim said there's something called Central Mutual Agreement Program. He ignored it and wrote a letter to the Jubilee House. You saw the trap, mature idea. Now, moving forward, I'll say, this was for the provisional apprehension of Mr. Ofori Atta in whichever jurisdiction he may be found and located. Also, wait there. Now, for say, baby, I can Ofori Atta will be ano. You bet me I den action. Inti sa letter now chokoma Jubilee House no. Now at that time no only maybe po can Ofori Atta wo. But now the letter come Jubilee House say, "Omo man kwan na onko hwehwe wiase bebi akere Ofori Atta wo no onko kye no. Akwa we wabodam. OSP wabodam. All the letter come Jubilee House no onim bebi akere Ofori Atta mpo wo. But no din carry for kere Ofori Atta ato wanted list so. Onim the location, onim the whereabout, onim bebi owo. Into all catch Jubilee House say, "Omo man kwan na onko wiase afere nyina no onko hwehwe kere Ofori Atta." But he knew that there was something called Mutual Legal Assistance Program where the AG can basically make him on the age na ebetinase. They can locate where Ken Ofori Atta is in a second. OSP or a crazy or a fast guy. Now, young kind of speech in him and then release here. Me you much now. Or see. The Chief of Staff duly transmitted the OSP's extradition request to the Attorney General on 3rd June 2025. The process goes through the Attorney General because his department is the central authority for such requests under the Mutual Legal Assistance Arrangement. And remember, the Mutual Assistance Arrangement, the OSP as a lawyer, somebody with a law background, he knew it already. But what did he do? He chose to go to the Jubilee House first before engaging the Central Command engaging the Attorney General. Why did he choose to go through the Jubilee House? Because Jubilee House is legal matters. It is only the AG who takes care of legal matters. So why did he choose to go to the Jubilee House first? He was setting a trap for the presidency. Because on one side, admit it, say only the Attorney General who can activate or trigger what we call the Mutual Legal Assistance Program. The Jubilee House cannot trigger that. The Jubilee House does not have that power to trigger what we call the Mutual Legal Assistance Program. So why did he write to the Jubilee House? He wanted to politicize the matter. Now, this is what he says. Where OSP in some watch on Kanokre is a liar. I'll say, by a letter dated 13 June 2025, the Attorney General informed the Special Prosecutor of the transmission by the Chief of Staff of the OSP's extradition request. I'll say on the 13th of June, and the Attorney General actual letter Bekachen, the Chief of Staff say, letter be Bekan insa, na onoso manati sen insaka. Now, by a letter, in the 13th June 2025 letter, the Attorney General requested for 2 officers of the OSP to be included in a prosecution team. The Attorney General also requested for a copy of the letter, or the docket, sorry. Or see, by a letter dated 13 June 2025, the Attorney General informed the Special Prosecutor of the transmission by the Chief of Staff of the OSP's extradition request. In the 13 June 2025 letter, the Attorney General requested for 2 officers of the OSP to be included in a prosecution team. The Attorney General also requested for a copy of the docket. So he has confirmed. Sir, on the 13th of June, Attorney General said, give me 2 investigators. The docket in its current form, the investigations in its current form, hand it over to me, plus your investigators. The Attorney General didn't want to sound like he was taking over the investigations. The Attorney General was telling him, let us collaborate. OSP or Crom 4. Now, Uko Edima, by a letter dated 20th June 2025, the Special Prosecutor responded to the Attorney General by providing the name and contact details of its 2 nominees. In respect of the request for a copy of the docket, the Special Prosecutor informed the Attorney General that OSP was in the process of boarding up the various dockets on the subject, which work had been which word had been number 3. Okay. Number 3. Oh, besides, I needed the final 3. It's the OSP. say, Attorney General cho letter bread no. And ono, responding Attorney General say, nipa mienu na or request no, or the dino ebemano. Na osi emum eba docket ne die. The all canon say, in respect of the request for a copy of the docket, the Special Prosecutor informed the Attorney General that OSP was in the process of boarding up the various dockets on the subject. Also, se eba a year docket ni dia, okachi Attorney General say. Now, in the process, no, omu yeden, omu gadani nyina, shise, kikesi ni. Besides, you have that for me. Okay. I don't know why I didn't see that. That was the 3rd one. Number 3, right? Okay, let me just use this one. Yeah, inti osi. Nominees ne dia otudi ma Attorney General na eba docket ne dia. Docket no na ma Attorney General ti ase se. Afe na omo kikensi ani, omo boaboa no, omo mana make sense, omo kika eni na si eni na ehwene na si ehwene. Ano na sha no ma make sense ma enu agina na so. But Attorney General any OSP can say in its current form, And nothing occurs say for two investigators and they can explain how far they have gone with the investigation. Now, OSP could not provide the document or the letter saying to us or clearly stating say document na sebio docket no onye he could not provide a letter till date. Now, so read number 2. So read the continuation. Now, this is what it says. This is a continuation. Extended following a search and seizure of documents and computer servers carried out by the OSP and National Security at 2 offices, Strategic Mobilization Ghana Limited, on 10 June 2025. In September 2025, the Attorney General followed up with its request. Beyond the official written communication, there have been progressive discussion involving the Attorney General and the Special Prosecutor on one hand, and the Special Prosecutor and the Deputy Attorney General on another hand, in respect of the course of the extradition process. Or bois, or see, time na Attorney General ebusa for docket ne die. Na omo ye investigations bi, na operations bi koso, na omo custom offices bi akoyi computers bi, hard drives bi ni ade into docket ne die wontu afama OSP. Now, along the way, no, on Attorney General Mudinsa was so. In fact, omune ayeni edi different in komo, and omune Deputy Attorney General did different in komo. Obwa. If the OSP had written to the Attorney General's office and stated emphatically that he cannot give them the docket and could publish it, he would have published that document. But because he's lying, because he wants to set the Attorney General and his deputy, or person come with Tibomunti, or see, oh, na ye ni Attorney General no kasa, and yes, ne deputy so kasa and fufro, inti, or person just there's this miscommunication, inti, the Attorney General and his deputy, no, they are not telling each other the truth. OSP is a liar. OSP or chatro or a liar. The OSP should publish letters or catch Attorney General and say he cannot provide a docket. He is lying. He did not write to the Attorney General. Now, right now, he's making some statements. Say, oh, now omuni deputy didn't come and omuni Attorney General kasa didn't come into omumi a different in common and on your moody. How can you speak like this as a lawyer? How can this guy go to court and prosecute anybody? Now, and the boy now Okasama OSP Samida Akono. The extradition request, what just what kind of joy news? Or say a political issue. It is political. Or say NDC for a person they can Ofori Atta na enya no OSP no omon pese can Ofori. Samida Akono or customer OSP officer and they will joy or say the extradition of Ofori Atta no a political. Phew. Nipa na ono say he has to or they can Ofori Atta to Interpol red alert their list so no. Or no catch say extraditing Ofori Atta to Ghana no a political issue. The OSP, the office, no, and the Samida Akwasmo catch or joy news, no. Now, when you read his own statement, maybe the watcher and make kind edujo mamau, may not be any problem. Now, when you move on to the 3rd paragraph, this is what it says. The OSP firmly places it on record that the extradition process was triggered by the OSP based on the outcome of OSP investigations into the tenure of Mr. Ofori Atta as finance minister. The OSP is not frustrating and will not frustrate its own extradition requests. Therefore, there is absolutely no reason for the Attorney General's department to feel frustrated. If that is the case, in respect of a matter it is not involved in substantively in respect of the investigations and prosecution of the suspected person, since OSP investigations and prosecutions are independent of any other authority. Now, the all Kenyans say, on no OSP there, on a starting extradition process, no. Now, Obasa Ghana 40 as I say, oh no, enya idea obetwintwan obia na emu say meme emfa Ofori Atta mba, but o Ghana 40 as I say Attorney General office no any right to be as on mebusa ne say on for docket bi mbra every say office bia independent. You see, right now he's claiming independence. Right now he wants to say he does not work under the Attorney General's office, but the OSP's office is under the Attorney General's office. You see the arrogance in his statement. Right now, Okache say, or no OSP no, or you're independent, and Attorney General cannot respectfully request for a docket. Inti or mayati asese, I don't know kind of brofuno. Or mayati asese, or no OSP no deno, enya dia or the document to be able attorney general if you say on any office no or who say a independent office from the attorney general's office now kwasia unim say office near independent office from the attorney general office. Why did you write a letter to the Jubilee House? Why did you write a letter to the Jubilee House? And when the Jubilee House forwarded the letter to the Attorney General, why didn't you tell the Attorney General that your office is independent and that you are not going to respond to the Attorney General? You are a foolish man. You see the Oka? You see, claiming independence. He wants it. He's telling us to say, so read the last part of his statement or say, the OSP is not frustrating and will not frustrate its own extradition request. Therefore, there is absolutely no reason for the Attorney General's Department to feel frustrated. If that is the case, in respect of a matter it is not involved in substantively in respect of the investigations and prosecution of suspected persons, since OSP's investigations and prosecutions are independent of any other authority. Or just say, Attorney General no, to me, say, obe request for a docket. And then what trying to bring for her, where Jimmy I want to say. In summary, he's telling you he's independent. He does not answer to any authority. Kwasia, you are independent. You don't answer to any authority. The Attorney General's office is under the office of the OSP's office is under the office of the Attorney General. So when the OSP demands even for a document or a docket, you have to release it. Kisieja being onye correcto. Kisieja Bay is protecting Ken Ofori Atta. He is the one blocking the extradition of Ken Ofori Atta. It's Kisieja Bay. Afe mati asiye. It is our bro for no chiro no hono. And then person me mamu church na PZ to 40 asiye. And the special prosecutor catch say or not the ordinary ho. The office near independent. It is Attorney General frustrated. Or you ready say or near Attorney General be you may be a boom because or no or you're independent or den ho on show biasi. OSP. He wrote it in English. Ye jiminti ni padodo no enim. Any media no do jiminti. They cannot break it down for our people to understand. Into OSP catch Ghana for say indirectly, I have the docket, I'm not going to release it, and nobody can force me to release it. Now, look at the last paragraph. This is what it says. Then again, upon the communication to the Attorney General that the investigation had been extended since 10 June 2025, owing to the haul of more evidence at SML, reasonable patience is required for the detailed examination and analysis of the newly discovered evidence. The OSP does not sacrifice excellence and professionalism, professional investigations on perceived frustration over a response. Or C. Or person Attorney General say, or no OSP no. Wakwa investigations be or SML for a company or agi computers, hard drives be. Or person catch Attorney General say. Some investigations the whole cost. Now on this be or ye juma no say, or ye juma man what say. Inti anya Attorney General pressure or the bema no and the bema or no a release docket be ama Attorney General. Inti Attorney General ntino want to say when ya about say na all your investigations. And when you jemu ano ote bro for chama be chichiri mu cheme. Inti OSP catch say Attorney General frustrated, Ghana for frustrated and fan ho. Ono de or some ase. The reason why inti one for docket na kuma OSP then say, oh, no I investigations be a air coso. Or SML for no company ho or your laptop ni computers be or your wedjuma into on your wedjuma we will be to me for no and no na watch road ha no e bia mo amokoye English no e wo school man comprehension ye comprehension na me dwuma ma wo no. They said the OSP has deleted his reply to the guy on Twitter. That reply na me boy he has deleted it. Oh bodam ye besa dia ba. Oh sorry. So OSP, the third page in here. Oh, sorry. This is the third page of OSP, right? The OSP emphasizes Okay. The third page, say. Oh. See, the OSP emphasizes that the extradition process is a multi-agency procedure involving several sequential steps and statutory actors. Or see, person will be at say, see a betam can of rate if you bruchi and a baby will be a bagana no. Steps be in some so be aqua we ask about them or try they don't want to home. Oh, so you know that to bring somebody to Ghana, no, the steps are complicated. Why are you refusing to work with Attorney General, who is the final defender, the final authority to make sure, say, we can bring Ofori Atta from abroad? He's a madman. And I'll say, these include investigations and evidence compilation by the OSP, issuance of an arrest warrant by a competent court, preparation of extradition documentation by the OSP, transmission of the package to the Attorney General as the central authority, legal authentication and certification by the Attorney General, diplomatic transmission to the foreign government in question, and response and determination by the foreign jurisdiction in accordance with treaty obligations. Oh boy, so the Attorney General can use 1 day to do it. Hey, Kiseja be on can grow. When you read what we call a year idea on one kasaka say your friend a mutual legal assistance program, no, the Attorney General can sit on his ass. The Attorney General will get what we call diplomatic transmission. The Attorney General can get extradition documentation. The Attorney General can get what we call the central authority document, legal authentication and certification by the Attorney General, diplomatic transmission to the foreign government in question, a response and determination by foreign jurisdiction in accordance with treaty. The Attorney General can get what we call investigations, the evidence, compilation. The Attorney General can get all this and make sure the extradition happens. He's writing all these things to complicate the matter. For you to think, say, the steps are tedious. It is not tedious. What he's doing is that he's confusing you. He's making the work look complicated, whilst it's not a complicated work. When he decides to work with the Attorney General, this is a 1 week thing. But you know what? The OSP emphasizes that the extradition process is a multi-agency procedure involving several sequential steps and statutory actors. Right. These include investigation and evidence compilation by the OSP. It is simple. Give us the Attorney General say, come with the evidence, come with the docket. That is one. When you have it in front of the Attorney General, that is one step. 2, issuance of an arrest warrant by a competent court. The Attorney General can go to a court and get warrant for Ofori Atta's arrest. 3, preparation of extradition documentations by the OSP. What is preparation of extradition documentation? What does it mean? Because the steps you are talking about is part of the preparation. So what is preparation of documentation by the OSP? What is preparation of extradition documentation by OSP? What does it mean? Because when you go to court to get a warrant, it's part of the preparation of extradition document. When at the end of the day, when you get the evidence and the docket, it's part of the preparation. It's part of the documentation. So when you say preparation of extradition documents by OSP, you have said nothing. You are a liar. You see, this guy is a liar. He hides behind words and will try Ghana for trouble. What you just said, preparation of extradition documentation by OSP. It is nothing. It is not. It represents nothing. Now he goes on to say this. Transmission of the package to the Attorney General as the central authority, the docket, the investigation report, and court warrant. How long does it take for you to email that to the Attorney General? Now, do we have to walk and put it on a track and push the track from the office to the Attorney General's office? The OSP is a liar. Oh, Sadio, watch on it. You can use 24 hours to get everything here. But you see the way he's making it look. Transmission of the package to the Attorney General at the central authority. Transmission, what package? Transmission of what package? Transmission, what do you mean? Is it email, Momo, Are you going to put it in the car? What is this trans? When you break it down, he said nothing in this paragraph. Now he goes on to say this: legal authentication and certification by the Attorney General. When you send the document to the Attorney General will look through and make sure everything is authentic. So what's the big deal about this? You don't need 10 hours to do that. Now, this guy is making it look like the steps, you need some multi-complex agencies to come together and everybody will meet at the Attorney General's office in 20, 50 people to look this document. Oh, he's lying. The man is lying. Now, I'll say, legal authentication and certification by the Attorney General, diplomatic transmission to the foreign government in question. What is diplomatic transmission? What is diplomatic? Where is it? Diplomatic transmission to the foreign government in question. If you get this thing ready and you want to send it to the FBI, the Attorney General in Ghana can talk to the FBI through emails. Do you have to put the docket in a file and give it to DHL? This is simple. We are in a technology world. So why are you making it look like America? The FBI, the Attorney General in the United States of America, they can collaborate with the Attorney General in Ghana. What is this? Why are you making this thing look like super golden brains to make this work? See, he has not investigated Ofori Atta. I'm telling you, he's now writing an investigative report. I'm telling you. And then agreeing on Bibia. The guy is shielding Ofori Atta. Now, according to say, diplomatic transmission to the foreign jurisdiction in accordance with treaty obligations. It all falls under what we call, under preparation of extradition documentation by the OSP. Finished. It all falls under the preparation of extradition documentation by the OSP. When we say preparation of extradition document by the OSP, everything here falls under it. Finished. He's playing with words. He's a foolish man. Or whom say Jimmy. Now, say these processes are ongoing effectively, and in the reckoning of the OSP, it is not at loggerheads or in disputes whatsoever with the Attorney General's department. And the OSP is confident that the OSP is confident that should be the position of the Attorney General's department. Indeed, there is no hint whatsoever of institutional cooperation breakdown between the two authorities. Now, the two offices are distinct by design but remain complementary arms of justice under Ghana's constitutional architecture. Differences in function do not imply conflict. They ensure accountability through procedural checks and balance. The OSP will continue to cooperate fully with the Attorney General's department to ensure that the matter proceeds lawfully and efficiently. The investigation remains very active and extradition processes are underway. The OSP is very much sensitive to the immense public interest attached to the matter involving Mr. Ofori Atta. The special prosecutor will brief the public in respect of conclusion investigations and their outcome before the end of October 2025. Mr. It's fine. Let's leave that part. It's okay. That part is okay. Now, what I'm hearing right now is the OSP has deleted this tweet. The special prosecutor, he has deleted his old tweet. The tweet where he said, OSP has done everything it has to do on this case. It is now the turn of Attorney General and the United States. We call something Mutual Legal Assistance Program. And the central authority is AG. If you need a person or something from another country, in this case, a person, you request extradition through the central authority to the nation where the suspect is in. The AG will work with that country, and when they finally agree to extradite the person, the OSP will be invited to US to work together with their law enforcement to bring the suspect back. So the statement and the speech the OSP published today, everything in it is bullshit, because he has basically told us all that needs to be done is for him to hand over the docket to the Attorney General, the investigations to the Attorney General, add his investigators. The Attorney General will take over from there. The only thing he has to be waiting for is for the U.S. authorities to notify the Attorney General to tell the OSP to come and pick Ofori Atta up. His job is to hand over the docket to Attorney General. Attorney General needs to process the document, and when the U.S. authorities give the green light through the Attorney General, the OSP will be given the green light to go to the state, work with the agencies here to pick the suspect up. Kisia Jabin is a liar. Besides, check. I heard he has deleted this post. The OSP is a liar. The OSP is playing games with you people. He does not respect you Ghanaians. In conclusion, Afewati Asie, the OSP on Kanokre, he's a terrible liar. And from what I have explained to you today, also Ghana Nibia Tiasie say, Nipa or protected Ofori Atta Kevin by Ghana, a Kisie Jabin, on these people, on this uncle for me in some way. On this uncle for me in a way. These people are dangerous people for Ghana, these three people. Akurugu, Samedako, and Kisie Jabin. Samedako is being paid illegally. The Jumana or enim kratem. Like Samedako guy now, or say on air communications, my OSP officer. This guy needs to be prosecuted. He needs to be jailed. He is taking illegal salary. We will petition the president. We will petition the Attorney General. Samedako, Sasikana Yetuyamano, the OSP, the act, it does not cover his office. So, Ochina, we should not allow in conform to win. We need to help Ghana. We need to make sure we put the pressure for this guy or these guys to be kicked out of that office. See, Abewu Ofori Atta or Ghana Abegina court. I'm yet to me a jelly Ofori Atta. A check Kisie Jabin is sacked. So when you Kisie Jabin free ho, say to me amber together to fight as a people to make sure the office of the special prosecutor, the Kisie Jabin guy, is sacked, including Akurugu and Samedako. Ken Ofori Atta will never come together. Let me tell you. So bet much MPP for Guma, it is Ken Ofori Atta. When you get Ken Ofori Atta, everything will calm down. So when you Ken Ofori Atta, the NPP, the Ekufuado cartel, the Gabi Ochirako Bounty cartel, it will crumble. It will crumble easily. Bibiabe crumble easily. It will come down easily. Ken Ofori Atta is the knot that is holding the crime together. And Nitina, Ekufuado will die to prevent Ken Ofori Atta from coming to Ghana. Gabi Ochidako will die to prevent Ken Ofori Atta from coming to Ghana. They have the money to pay. Whoever is trying to bring Ken, Gabi Mo, they have the money to pay. And remember, so why do you say Ken Ofori Atta will come to Ghana and go down easily? Then you are being foolish. Mamika will be show. They have money to stay in court for 10 years. So we need to be ready. Ken Ofori Atta, they have money. The guy is flying with private jets around the world. He's not a small ego. Don't expect Ken Ofori Atta to come to Ghana tomorrow and 2 days' time you jail him. Remember, they have money. And when you have money, you can stay in court for how long you want. He can delay the case, but it is up to us. We need to be resolute. The more we keep NDC in power, the probability of us bringing these people down. The moment we take our eye off the ball and say, hey, when you see MPP, we are done. So it take here 5 years to put Ken Ofori Atta in jail, because when we get Ken, we will get everybody. So Ken, when we hold the boss of Ken, Ekufuado will calm down, Gabi will calm down, Bamtu will calm down, Bawumia himself will calm down. I'm telling you, Obia will calm down. That is why all of them, almost presidential aspirant, what is Obia Ken Ofori Atta who asem say, me per se aban we, ye per se ku katashenti, aban we kofa Ken Ofori Atta, what is Obia Kebi? All of them, their crime hangs on Ken Ofori Atta's balls. Ken Ofori Atta's balls, and then a magnet in him. Crime ni na magnet ne twene the balls in the show. Ken Ofori Atta the show na magnet no. Make nobody lie to you. Say Ken Ofori Atta ba Ghana 2 days time, 3 months time, you can jail him. Hey, we have to be mentally prepared, because all these criminals will back Ken Ofori Atta. In fact, there are judges in Ghana who will try and protect Ken Ofori Atta. We need to be ready. And whoever is going to stand in for us as the Attorney General, we are not going to mince words. They need to be resolute and ready. Because, you see, we can only save Ghana by making sure that Ken Ofori Atta, that's you know, Ken Ofori Atta, give to Awari. NSS boss, what was he called, Mafa? We are appointees. An appointee can take over 500 million. Give to Awari can take over 40 million. Ken Ofori Atta, how much is he supposed to take? Think about it. Me say, Kisia Jaben has deleted this post, this tweet. He has deleted it. He has deleted it. One more delete it for internet. So hey, Anaju ya will delete it. Kisia Jaben, mema one na. He has deleted this tweet. It is gone. You can't find it. Special prosecutor, he has deleted this tweet. It is gone. Me say, the Mutual Legal Assistance Program. Give to our or your appointee keke. Onya over 40 million. NSS boss no. Onya over 500 million. Eduboy, omunya your appointee so. We are talking about the fish. The denchem nankasa. Mampam no. Ose mampam de benya saying. Ose Gabi benya saying. Ose Bawumia benya saying. Ose me say what to say MPP for Nante Ghana campaign. Brian the Champ, what is we be an akase Monfa Ken Ofori Atta mbra. Ono Brian the Champ on, or Brian the Champ on am holo. Brian the Champ on abono. Ono ankasa mumusa say Ken Ofori Atta ba, can he survive? Bawumia Ken Ofori Atta ba, can he survive? Kennedy Cannibal, can he, they all can't survive. Omu will go down. Everybody will go down. Omu yem anka kan elmba biem. I'm telling you. Omuba campaign amumu say what's your take on Ken Ofori Atta? Do you think he needs to be brought home to stand trial? But yes, Mombeka. Omeka say, oh, you know, this is all political and witch hunting. Obiasro. Because Omokro no boy na kuta Ken elbosh eshe Ken shwom. Ken Ofori Atta's balls, the shoe na ye magnet no, acheche ni nyina pepa. Into an shoe esso no de nam, acheche crime ni nyina corruption no, ache gu no shwom. Ono wenya echo political echo and a shada say. So don't think that you are bringing Ken Ofori Atta now about the surgery kekenoko. It takes doctors who are good to perform that surgery on Ken Ofori Atta's balls to get us what we want. Now in 2021, this is what the special prosecutor tweeted. Special prosecutor, wait, and they also ono ohiya mutual legal assistance program. Special prosecutor, it needs to be in a mutual legal assistance program. What about America? And it's a homeless people, homeless home. Office of the Special Prosecutor 2021. This office is committed to working with the U.S. under our Mutual Legal Assistance Pact in the fight against corruption. 2021. I don't know what say. The office there, when it comes to legal mutual assistance, they are working with the U.S. They want to say, and then they also legal mutual agent going to be to my abu. When you come back, yeah, but me try there. Kusi jabe or kind of crab ago cry there. Kusi jabe. Oh, what's going on here? Kusi jabe. Oh, Kusi jabe in 2020. Oh, na be nyewe na mehwehwe me child the tweet me edu me child tweet bi he say be on kan kura ba akokura sa akwaro he say jaben in August 2025 where you 20 oh why am I still putting this on the screen now mo hwe kisi jaben o in 2025 or see I didn't a friend no what we call mutual legal assistance pact no in 2021 okachire say oh on any office there on my ready papa or see and then on my left no on my left this is what Chris Ejabi said I be sure that mo fan koma no on kanu kure and we delete the all right no they all left no see 2021 office of the special prosecutor this office is committed to working with the US under our mutual legal assistance pact in the fight against corruption. Obasewa US Embassy. Today is International Anti-Corruption Day. US for a tweet here and over we are this office. And the 2025 or see another friend of legal mutual legal assistance program no and the central authority is the AG. And then they also AG do the 2 years AG man no Oh, Kiseja Miss Yotie. 2021 there, or the office no is ready. They are going to work with the US when it comes to what we call Mutual Legal Assistance Pact. 2025, or the office to me I say Jumano, a Attorney General the bit to my say Jumano. Kiseja needs to be sacked or a on kind of correct. Movan Commander Kevin Taylor said, oh, Kiseja be on kind of correct. Go and give this to him. Nabusa said, what's the difference? What changed? In 2021, you say your office is committed to make sure say the mutual legal assistance pact in there and there obia bokronwa mobe make sure say and there by 2025 there we see Attorney General nkoa na betuma say adwuma no what has changed because you don't want to take responsibility you don't want to bring your employer you are not a prosecutor you are a protector of crimes Kiseja ben kan grow masa na afena mebeye ne ho adwuma I'm now going to go into his personal things. Obe delete we sisia and remember delete Kiseja remember delete OSP Twitter handle remember delete free we say asemi obe can be a many response amount we delete the all right no obe delete the all left this year esi o delete Kiseja be delete o delete Kiseja be we am the phone number beto TV no so man ko for afro Kiseja be if you mess up, I go put your number for TV to make people tell you, make you not delete that the tweet. Oh yeah, me the number better TV so I'm go for phone so say men delete tweet be. Jade o no. Ya chewa ye din da. Also ya pan. Dan chance mu na enkwan ni megu ubo. Ye mia ubo ma nkwan na ba wodwa. Also ya pan. Wo de apan wo da nkwan mu a wonum nsuo no. Onum nkwan na begina obum ende ye mia nkwan no obo ye mia or miam amwade dokun Kiseja ben ende de amwade dokun una also ya pan wo de wa pan ni fufuo na ope ye de apan no to nkwan mu a na apan na atwe nkwan ni nyina gu ne bo ende physician Kevin Taylor maba mi mia obo eremua we miao eremua molomua da dokonche we Kiseja be eremua yeremiao bo maafe eremua da dokonche we awo Kiseja be memiao bo ebenye nkwan ebefi nkwan awo so ya pan memiao bo ma obefi nkwan yeremiao bo maafe nkwan awo de bia nkwan do bia ena de anomatia ena miwu wo sa wan kasa na oye nkwan no wo da nkwan mu wo ka no kora wo Kiseja ben eremua de dokonchewe memia obo ma nkwan no ebe firi hwini mu aba wo bese be mia obo ma nkwan no be firi hwini mu aba ja adwuma no to wo now mamenya eye mamenya ayidwuma kitwe bu ha now you see an MPP for your primaries here about for the ja now ni nyina na say Yes, say. Mere more than the country way. I whatever. You say, Jaben, eremua, memia ubu, ma nkwan in your befru win ma ba, e benyen kwan. Mema nyen kwan. Evangelist read the power. He said, Jaben, I miss it, mema nyen kwan. Mama for picture to send a bear, over Kaidi Becano. Missy J. Jumano tour. Na mema fe Jumano also Jasia, yetia. He said, Jaben, J. Jumano mame. He said, Jaben, Messi, memia ubu, e benyen kwan, aw. Wutu obe fi na nkwan reba o me fi na nkwan reba memia wo bo ma nyenkwan amanka se ko me se emi memia wo ba ma afi nkwan metia wo bodo me ta mu ma anyenkwan me asantini be se memia wo bo mo wan nkwan asantini eh me se me kisi da ben memia wo bo mo wan nkwan so ya pan wo de ankwan do bia e na de memia wo bo memia mo afi nkwan wo be ne nkwan. How's any messia? Mudum banzani. Keri kari. Bunchani abinchi barikisu tunkusani. Ema kuda. Finkinu akunsida. Ema kuda. Yebe miau. How's that for no? Omunya wana mchasiye. Ema kuda dogemi. Ema kuda. Yebe miau bo mwafi nkwain. Wo. Kise jabe wo. Ena eifo. Enkanfo. Because kise jaben ome domi press bulu no ye miam wa fesa kwasia ye be mia obo mo afesa kwasia press nyomi bulu no fe oploto ye be mia mo afe obe fit se kwasia e de se ye be mo afe nkwan se kwasia oploto bulu no enyomi akwameten kan. So, French of overseer, je suis le sempre, la patrouche et le 5. La patrouche, le 5. C'est la patrouche à peu près 5 coins. Le 5, la patrouche, il y a miaou. Il y a des 5 le 5, la patrouche, l'agent. Il y a 5 il y a miaou, moi, fin coin. Ça, on se y a pain. I go about down. Pididi, efutu pididi say say afenyo marking maslok sika no wajia mama 500 million 500,000 tete Ghana no 5 billion afenyo you see maslok for ko hwehwehwe omo nkrata mu no efutu pididi EFUTU pididi akwara o defend pedophiles no afenyo marking sana maslok sika na waye dina onka bi no ono nko age 500,000 Tetiganas can 5 billion. Sasi can say, oh, 2 for car no Rolls Royce no, yes, she kuma enkum. Oh, menshia, one right one, yes, sir. You'll see a miaso near my car about reverse a miako taladino. 5 billion African American discount naso. Maslow Kisika, and the way din on Kasa, Omunina Yakron 4. Maslok boss na kasa asem no 500,000 efutu piriri domde sitiga alomu no la koto shoe no ahye no abegina parliament ehu me shirt no I wear good shirt ni nyina kro no sika. You see my shirt? I bought this shirt. It is coming from Cuba. This is the original. Kurasini of free winiba. Okwan kura nye otina parliament ka shirt ho asem. Kakawura ura ye utiri ho. Ukromfo nyansuo nom. Ejuma ni ho udu jimi jina parliament say Mr. Reso and I'm a tidy no a original Cuban shirt unjimi ya a politician in Africa especially in Ghana Jimmy you stand in parliament talking about shirt I will say now the people in your constituency they don't even have food to eat a kwan kura omukwe foma e de enuaba beba no kura mpot e kwan na say na odo kwase jina parliament ka shirt ho asem say get me that video and abetodwa efutu atasa, efutu pididi, efutu whiny. This guy or the Ghana cat, and it's why Dino or a Canadian Japan lawyer, and or Bawumia doubtful. It's all when people were Jimmy Uhudi on ye, Bawumia man is kind of Sumanisca, Uhudi on support. Efutu pididi. I want for him to fucking. Kevin Taylor, you might go what a better rough. me see me di 86 am yire mbɔ betu nkume enti me nya di 86 de wuti ate ai me maka me yire wo mu me di 86 am me man double bar to go mu didi me problem ya na 87 ya kuta ya do full stairs na ya do kɔ de me new time no maka me yire wo mu 86 pepe ma 86 birthday 1 clock ai me gina bontina naked so one I love you all. I love you, my wife. I love you, my kids. Zara, I love you. I love you, Kavi. Wifey, I love you. To let it go. Didim, no problem. Me amu kumento jene. Inti 86 be jinem. I bet you fucking. Makewie. Inti anya dia wo kan na besa bibia o 86 years. Ai. Me me dinka ka kire me ire. Me nzuro wo. Inti wa jene se be jai dia e na wo jimi. Me jirem. Ma tro me we mu 86 years o mo mbulate me. Inti se awoto na e na Kevin da be na obejai hwe. Me jai 86th birthday e na me twa so. And me besa madaka bukura mpo me se me wa ye nhime. Enti hu bibia unya evidence bia ye hime kura mama sa da ne nso no. Ai. Hwe enti pidi de ka and
afenyo marking.
Afenyo marking the efutufo akwesi awawa. Afenyo a wicked guy. Afenyo marking. Per mami we statement no. Afenyo marking the efutufo na kwesi awawa. Obi obakwaji lo. Odo obakwaji ma be task. Ready. No atop petition abobo. Ai osahin se me kaje se mojibi. Enreji Friday na me ka kire mo. Osahin aba. Mo efutufo ni bi mo ejimi. Odo makwesi awawa. One day muti tuwani abese be guship mu se mu ko ejimo Seychelles. Ai baby ana ya santo awo no. Da ko muti wa na pon. What's the ship na abese Cape Coast? Was the Yeriko. Muti kuro one day muti wa na ohene na oto no. Ya beka che mu se afenyo e de na kwesi awawa wo Seychelles. Ya se e be for ma na akwa pepa dan ho. Mo efutufo no bi mu ejimi. Afenyo market mo kwesi awawa. O de age 500,000. O de akoto dan ma oba. Party chairman or futu by say media minimo ye de sia wawa. Inti mo munam kromo nyina mo ye walking dead, walking slaves. How can such a person na ye Ghana na a constituency na oba na mo nyina ma bochenku say an osahena aba akwa we on kanu kure afenyo makin. Apart from his diabolical lifestyle or defending akronfonia de no, this is what he's using or the constituency na kwesia wawa. He is in parliament, Kurasini Obakrum. He is in parliament fighting over whose shirt is nice and whose shirt is not nice. A very foolish guy. Look at him. Jimmy oti parliament, Jimmy Ninanio. Yantam to me, mas uncle Fui. Ne yakosa line. Adanya, yakotwa ba ma afunyo ma masa be lead the parliament. I be lead the Ghana, kwasafui, ojina parliament, or the constituency for nyina akwajiawa, or the amakwesiawa. Yetiana one day shape abesi Cape Coast. Pon near the VIP aba nana one team na osahine today yereko Cape Coast yereko chia Cape Coast man hen. Mesi one day mutite fitu ho. Mo odemakosia wawo odemakoje light ade akosi na ma oba won kran. Da ko muti wa na shape abesi Cape Coast. Na odi VIP aba gigi osahine aba oso nana easy ensha tariko ayenko yereko koshia Cape Coast man hen gwe inti nana se osahin me shata also more ho me she bia she yedu Cape Coast ye wotam nyina wo ho ohene befo ochihame befo ohima befo ebusia panyi befo party chairman befo constituency dramas befo appetition youth befo girls for de afenyo PDD befo mu nyina mo obebom VIP ma when you yerko gwe inyo ye pede ye kohwe panafest ne yeba yigingingi ofia nyina abo osahina abo muduru ani akamugu ship ye de buko Seychelles be na ya santo akodi slave no ya santo na odidi once a day chips kitu ebi na odi na ne yema hunter ye na ya santo bra obre ye no otumiti wana sum Seychelles for so no mo nikenika ho omutumi wan tateba no omode ye eburu sam no Seychelles for mo abrofo no kwetena wona ache no mo nikenika de na sound ya santo atia ne nikenika sound no mo nyame buro into mo ye buro ni wia no mo hata na nkotre nante de area ho no mo ne nigusu a ne adane ne konkonte ye na ya santo oku ye nyina Seychelles konkonte na odi ye be so mo nyina ne mako Seychelles yeah ojere bijati omedi batamfoke we agro mu de bibia na bubu ofu odufo kura dome mu de yentumi poni mu ndi bibia nya agro we agro e de ochema obi ntwa bibia fa nko TikTok ko didi matam sremo we agro edison time ne ya ma pressure ni bi ko form we nya gidigidi bia e de na maka dia bibia na mubuofu na Kevin menka we na time na Cape Coast for esi ogu we ma menka fantifo de kakra se de be ya e be sosketi we na ese we no omoni mre na was wo kan fantifo so de ejetu me ko fantifo ya we jimi na abrofo de eturo etwere dan ho na omo abrofo no kodae me ko fantifo ye jimbon fantifo ma mendi matam kakra because ma anya o trango for ntwema me na so akoka o masam inti we de fantifo ma me fam go sia wa But the fantifo be sia wa because some of fantifo my phone sia wa na o china ya santo asa ne ntwema me inti fantifo so ye jibinti na bro ni guard ye e egu slaves ye gudam satan ye de eye esantefo ye dibi abekan ho e na ye di bonofo abekan ho nti infantefo ne ye dɔɔso wo slave danger nim anya ne ye dɔɔso majority carries the vote aye yenum ye dew nti ye kɔ na abrɔfo no wo ma Tom Brown pe ni akɔse yemba ye za aba nti yenze abrɔfo no wonya papa nti broni ka sɛ ɔkɔdwo sa papa na ɔde double bar na atwere hɔ na me nananom yi so musoro tuo ɔmkɔ yegetu yɛpɛde yɛkɔtwa yetu ɔso yegetu me nkɔ ana na wakɔ abɔnten ɔkɔdwo so no aba nti fantifo so yɛgyibi bruta etuo da ne yɛsalotu no nti yɛasanto kɔ Seychelles akwabɔda wo nti mu paa na mudwame nti mu feel me says be a open minded person me do bia me ka obi nti mo ade na mudwame sa e say abede fantifo so atika nti wo become as much na fantifo so dwuma because Kevin Fantini o se fantifo o mo edibifo o mo suro tuo ene me kan ya santo asema asquare mo obi become asem maka ya santo a ene maka fantifo de asquare o kina now mama me finish na me go now there's something happening in the MPP. There's something happening in the MPP now. Before I make Mahamudu Asamono, Mahamudu Bawumia de ono wati chain onene yire Samira. I will organize annual constituency meetings with the grassroots of our party to help address their needs under my presidency. Bawumia so odi president we now I busy no. The busy schedule no we jai no wako constituency by constituency no wako meeting. Agwa we ohun. Awosanke de esuruwisa sano pa. Also, when the president we are on your president Ejumano, we keep your constituency meeting. Constituency is the good guy. Obey Jai Gala Jumana tour. Now, on the president, the tight schedule, we Jai. Now, on them constituency by constituency. Now, or your constituency meeting. Aqua, we onya coding. Amosaslin. Any be comienza. No man, no more afraid champion, no more sano. Because I can't send you sometime. I just say, on Ghana. I say, on call presidency in order. What be the president now? Your schedule get tight. Anopa, you are having meeting dignitaries, flying and making sure you are negotiating. Obejai Jumana to work with constituency for weekend be akwa we on you serious. Akwa we on you serious guy. Into any enter more money man no. Odo money ba party business. Odo money ba constituency meeting. President na ubedino. The president na ba constituency na ene kodi constituency chairman. And the Montuma Bawumia no mayor regional national chairman. And the Obenya time no wako area constituency bia no makwa meeting. Ubedi president. And could enter yantuma on so be president. Week bia obe constituency meeting. Ubeja presidency na to ako constituency by constituency akwa meeting. And the corporate national chairman. MP before Bawumia supporters. Montuma no national chairman. Bawumia is unplugged though. Yati plug though. Anope bia na yire soro ka kire no guda I warning sama ka kire o we wini a Samira anope bia o ka kire Bawumia osoro anopa Bawumia guda we wini a intoro ya ka je say we wini a find x Mahmudu Bawumia anope bia Samira ka kire no Bawu Mahmudu also nam so frɛ wife nam ofrɛ no ma Samira anopa tutu no afrɛ Bawumia osnam Guda, if you don't win, it's at the Bawumia team. It's election way there. A can be also beat Kennedy or we because Samira catch and say Guda, if you don't win, or to be friend Bawumia, Mahmud was or so. If you don't win, and the done team, into your keep your baby election beyond Obeka. Now there's something happening. I dare the Biamaka once a dangerous or MPP money. Shadie Mahmud Bawumia boys and Hadibi Omoye. Boy, we your friend Maxwell Krobia Santi. Maxwell Krobia Santi. Now these are the boys of more MPP more. They are doing something dangerous, and Bawumia and basically or show me chima omoye di omoye dangerous. And they be obeka say, oh Kevin, oh the obetna and but me see, you see what Bawumia is doing to the MPP no, a very dangerous thing. And say Yankasemua party no election day nipa be kuni pawum. Because the way Bawumia is hell bent say he is going to rig the elections and enkwara mu di ne chi nyina no or the bibia to mu tim one na yire no say ye wini kura kunipa ye wini kura say obi the same thing on the year den on the Alan Cash and call for no pie be no they are doing the same thing. By the way, your friend of Maxwell Krobia Asante, no a deputy director of communications. Oh, Bawumia, time and Bawumia, presidency no way and a deputy director of communication Bawumia. And today as we speak, Mahamudu Bawumia the campaign no way umuna communication they handle Bawumia ne data the communication this boy. Now they have gotten to that point. They say, I'm a boy is not very vicious. They are sending some coded messages out to the people. Omuye recalcitrant. They are sending coded message to hooligans in the party. They are making the NPP for no Canadian call for I say we can attack you and kill you. Until Bawumia wins, nobody is safe. Now here, some kind of post to be a boy we posting. And if you don't know, I mention our evidence, no. Campaign Communication Directorate. Bawumia Campaign Communication Directorate. Boy, no, or then your friend, your friend, Maxwell Krobia Kobna Sante, coordinator, social media. It is almost a Bawumia, almost posting on social media, and it is following some kind of liner. A boy when the shade. He works hand in hand with Dennis Miracle Abuaje. And you see, it is dangerous to the point, say, Bawumia and any Hireno and any campaign team, no. I want that strategy be say it is either Bawumia wins or people die in the party. And they are using these boys. Sa boy with Maxwell Krobia Santi. Ni dia want Ghana card so no. Or chairman the Ghana card ba chiremo. Maxwell Krobia Santi. This boy. Shadi be okochro social media. This is what he wrote. If Dr. Bawumia doesn't cross the line, no one currently will cross. Take it from some of us. Or since a Bawumia winia. Now Bawumia cross the line now. Obedient people will cross the line. No. This is a boy who has worked with Bawumia, time Bawumia vice president, and currently Bawumia's campaign. Omud leading the communication. You see, so they are creating the impression, say, they will kill to win. If they rig and anybody tries, say Kennedy in call for the be say, they are going to be contest. They will do the same. These are the boys. And no name a problem, no. This is where I have a problem with Bawumia, and it sees all these things on Kanwasem. Because you see, right now, the intimidation, the way they want to intimidate people, beat people up. These are the boys they are using. And right now, so we share Bawumia Kwarana, aggression be on mutim, aggression be on mano. I say Kennedy for there, we will kill and win. But Maso, Mekon, and ye in party bako. Ye nipa bako. Yenye nipa yepe the same thing. Inte ye den na emu bi nipa Bawumia ema ne nkwara de bi ema ne look like say Kennedy call for no munye nipa ma. They don't dare. They don't have life because the threats and the way they are positioning nkwara no di Bawumia chino, the way Bawumia is making the NPP youth, some of them turn into recalcitrants, people who revolt. We critique adibe to party ma isiano. Party ni share there's tension. How can such a boy who works for Bawumia daily on social media, he even worked with Bawumia when Bawumia was the vice president, or trust say, if Bawumia doesn't cross the line, why is Bawumia the birthright is also a flag bearer of the NPP? Bawumia a force, a by force say, I will say MPP no, I will say a Bawumia flag bearer. Why are we doing this to ourselves? All that Kennedy didn't call for are calling for is free and fair elections. Say, Nipana, was say Owini. I have said none of these guys can be president. None of them can beat NDC. But at least to save lives, to keep this party together. Bawumia needs to speak up. These things are getting too much. This boy, Look at what they are doing, and I can show you countless messages, treacherous messages. They are attacking Kennedy in call for. What have they done? I don't agree with Kennedy on so many things. And if you people vote for Kennedy to become the flag bearer, I have more scandals on Kennedy. If you vote for Bawumia to become flag bearer, I have more scandals on Bawumia. None of them can be president. But the issue is, partner team no intien to be fair kakra one day. Can't we respect people's opinion? Can't we kill? Can't we attack our own? Can't we stop? Can't we just do that? Can't we stop? Can't we just understand to say it's a political party? The rate at which these people have become so vicious. This boy, this sick, this Yarifowi. And they hide behind social media and Nema Mitifio, ne papa tifie, ne busuan for hunkaye. And so these are the people who are going to cause people to die on election day. Why do we do that to ourselves? Why do we do this? One political party. Kennedy Japan boni ben why? Adebechina bronya namha, adebechina we namha, nipa baako pese or contesting. Even though he knows he cannot be president. And Bawumia himself knows he can also not be president. Why can't you let fairness play in here? Ediye Kennedy didn't call for yamu. Young boys like these, today, they have been turned into killers, murderers. They sit behind social media, empowered by Samira and Bawumia to intimidate, threaten MPP for ever. The Benasadi we will see. Where is the leadership? Why are we doing this? Why? Kennedy Boniban, why? I know Kennedy's scandals, and I will not spare Kennedy if he wins this. And Bawumia de Odamin Samsa Kosia, I'm not going to spare Bawumia. I know Sagana for him, Jimmy, you cannot be president. The nation will never give power to you. But at least let's reserve the little that is left. Yambo party no buying. How can young people in Bawumia's office Kennedy call for Naya Mudeng, Edian Omaye, Mujojo Omo, Motata Omo, go on Twitter and go and see, go on TikTok and Edian Kwa, Bawumia party in India. Edian Kwana Moyano Pat Moyano, I didn't call TikTok go ahead on Moye. To the Kennedy attempt didn't call no Kennedy. Fine. Kennedy is not perfect, but at least mom show respect kakra. Show a little bit of respect. And it hurts me say, Bawumia is behind all this. He's happy they are doing all these things to us. Why are they doing this to Kennedy and his group? Why? Bonibana Muye. Bonibana Kennedy. When the president didn't see. Adeng. Why do we do this to ourselves in the political? Into Ghana for Shemo, no to Abamahain. That is why we are saying, say, the next MPP, see how people recognize the UP than the MPP. Because in the UP, in the Alan Kodeche Mantin UP, nobody can write such a thing. Nobody can disrespect anybody in the UP. But the MPP right now, I just say in Krama in the Gum. And Bawumia has his dogs. You can't speak. Now you are doing this. You want to win general elections? How do you win general elections with that? Ready. You guys have to be careful. The same thing. Brian Champon. Onya every single opportunity attack Bawumia. Kennedy Japan, the baby on country, Bawumia will attack him. They will insult him. Kennedy Japan can't be on one sem. He's speaking his mind. And I can tell you on authority, he's not a presidential material. The same as Bawumia. Bawumia is a joker. Brandon Champon, he's a scammer. So how do we need to polish the party. We need to get intelligent people to lead the party. We need to get fresh ideas, fresh minds. People who have not been part of this criminality. And it's not UP for not and it's not my honest with Ghanaians say we don't want to be seen as criminals. Into Alan Chamantin and in the UP, they have told Ghanaians no creno, your party near woman MPP in and it's the UP. Into the year as MPP. Me MPP in Amno Casano. Most small girls and small boys are by MPP. What are you saying? Some of them sitting on TikTok. I can give birth to you people. Time I constituency meeting. Number one, kwara. And then small girls, small boys, some who Phoebe, TikTok. Now then them say, then I'm winning more party. Canada Japan, I'm about party number one, Bawumia constituency way. And here Bawumia can say, me J me card, where I'm start here, now me treasure, now me dear Bawumia and party, I could not share that Bawumia be that. And then I'm yes, sir. Force is also Bawumia the party in him. What is all this? It's just free and fair. Kennedy owned to be the president. Owinia owned to be the Bawumia Ewinia owned to be the 24% no benya. Obi any MPP mo betumi win election 2028 is a fact for the next 42 years. But as a member of the great MPP, and I'm a kahun, I'm in kakra, still I have my card with me, no. Ninyana said we want the party to have free and fair elections. And the idea say move to me Bawumia for no munjai. And that is what we have been preaching against. Say a person party near party a beya konobium. Say party near party a bit to my can bioma. And the sa machinations sa strategy to rig the elections. I imagine some rig because I can tell you an authority say election I feel bad for Kennedy, but Bawumia and Kofu and we are not going to sit there for this to happen. And then when you go on the internet, the rate at which Bawumia Kofu threatened, we will get there. When we get there, we will talk about it. We need to speak on issues. Party needs say, and the party not done any power for party. Omokasa mo bi ankebi. Omaje party na tawo mani ase. Just say ekoyemra krampa nipa ko kakrebi de kwhye dem ne ayemra e favor Bawumia. No. The party Bawumia beto party no. Bawumia only constituency or MPP mo. I'm yet to hear any constituency to say you start yen ma Bawumia card. Yen na na e grassroots ejuma yen na ko ha ebi ni ho. Nti we cannot say ye tam party de ma Bawumia na de Bawumia pe no ene aye. No. Ekufuado ne Gabi mo ne bedi etu mu no. They cannot still run the party through Bawumia enye juma. Intermediate the mechanism say me here free and fair elections. So far, my intelligence what MPP mu say omo din kan area elections nim. Omo din kan arigi elections no. Omo din kan tweaky elections no in favor of Bawumia. My catch say I'll give you the exact number Bawumia benya before election to January amokwa mo primaries no, and it is disheartening. Yentumi tina party mu nyesa. And the obi party ko ntumi nkyere na adwene. The moment obekere na adwene no na Bawumia executives party for omo nyina to ahye so aden. The insult, the clear disregard for party rules and regulations, and the part Bawumia for Dibonia Yankashe. All that we are asking for, Samube BT Kennedy Kra, Mum beating squarely or fairly. We need transparent elections. Michael Kwe Munen Yoma Muyan Mwa. We are elections in the Bawumia. Why? Media, I don't care what you say. Transparency. Obia oye against what I am preaching no ye nipa bi on MPPA omo no moka ho a omo wia abanu mama Bawumia obi obesoro we MPP mu a obeka se tia me se Kevin Taylor say na sa nipa no onim se Bawumia ewiem. Nti mo anya very careful. Check your wings. Kennedy a na epe ene de ye ni bebi akọ ye duru ho a medwudwam ama Ghana for ehu no kre no. Now and the BBA see a video I watched Samira Bawumia ombedi first lady o just say unu obi kura won tokwa ana say obi hu ye otan hu ye wohi we din kaka chenko for say eye de eye hopes na do hu ye wonyan ne hu ye otan. We get it na obi yase. You see, that is what I keep telling Ghanaians. Nipa no onya tumi kura mo hwe ni suban. Mr. S, do you have the video? Na hopes na do ye aba panyini titiri ti say kantanka nye nipa ketwa. Na amanfo ejai de omo ye nyina aba eye eyiase kantanka yi ehọ na Samira Bawumia ebetwe ne kora ehọ na obebu ni penim tia. You see, that woman is very arrogant. Samira Bawumia o dangerous chain ofui o very arrogant na bibi nti na all suppress arrogant no o a dangerous woman. Yaka se obi a disrespectful na wo Samira Bawumia edi atenie na wendi Lordina Mahama. Edi atenie na wendi John Mahama. You stood in public. Abrana Lordina Mahama betuma ashawa. You stood in public because of power and disrespecting my way for over 8 years. Adentra odro sa wotono slim. Adentra u makeups edoso. Adentra u de winya small girls be diwechi. Inti also o disrespecting a former first lady. O disrespecting ni kunu. Ediana wan kan ukuru Samira Bawumia. Nanke epe oba oye beauty pageant abedi president there. Senke obebre wo Ghana. But you see, what do you say? In penifone Asia, at least where Jimmy Kurano, something should tell you, say, oh no, I'm in the middle of adults. I'm in the middle. People are watching me. Hopes na doye druka say, oh madam, it is saying, Mami Chiawa, this woman, you see, me catch the Ghana for. Hey, Bawumia ngwa Samira o. Omudru fia pressure odema Bawumia no. pressure or dema Bawumia no senka wo hobia you'll be shocked. Bawumia, I pity him. I feel bad for him. I can show you videos, the treatment Samira dema Bawumia Samira omupia bontana this woman why you makeup na Ghana for nkora ni be Jimmy Tidinich or you daring woman. You see on your Ghana ni into agenda ni nyina say opese the first Sebio foreigner to be the first lady of Ghana. That is her agenda. Into whatever into sende into kwesi Ghana ni ekunipa Samira Bawumia she does not feel it. Sebio full ni for krampa omunya problem some time back at MPP or power. Samira Bawumia never spoke about it. But during elections, no afraid chako catch say omonkunto kwama Bawumia. That is Samira Bawumia. Now, yaba eye Apostle Kojosafu onye ni paketwa. Now Samira ope first lady edi. Ope first lady edi. And then you want to show in public in the full glare. Ni pe hwe no TV so obi atene ne nsa se chia me o say menye ready. That you want to be first lady of this nation. Monhwe ni kunu bema na ono sebio etutu a etwere ne dem a sebio de kwate pon ene de wo nkwara afiri mu be wa no ono krampo no obo ne ti ase echia Hobson because sebio ye obibi kura na your problem a enye nipem enye obi eyi ase eni tina penifo ka obi eyi ase ne ye ehu eyi na we your ba sebio de oye na bontini mponi o de Samira Bawumia eye na bontini nie. No, I do at time. Into Samira way. And people are correcting me. Oh, the first foreign first lady is Fatia. Na Samira obetun what Fatia. Edi training na Samira nyaya obetun what to Kwame Nkrumah. No. Mama nyesa ade no say the real first lady on your Ghana niya. You can say the real where fake ass Samira disrespectful lady. Very disrespectful. Obampo ba kumpo ni wa wo GSS wa brabom. Obabia ni wa wo GSS. You are still taking care of primary kids. You have not even reached motherhood where you can sit and say maybe the 18 years we pia bontene mada ama masuma tome. Onye so momba edi 17, 18, 19 omu pie no. Ehwo na we parent no. Oba pie at the age of 16, 17. Wasuma to awutumada enye easy. You have not even gotten to that point where you are a full-grown, matured mother. And you exhibit this form of arrogance, the attitude. Who do you think you are? You are just a former first lady. A second lady. Sorry, my foot. You are a former second lady. And you sit. The disrespect from this girl. The disrespect. Yeti kromha. And because of power. Ochi excavators eko bubu obi dan nyina tugu because of power. And Accra Main Street nyina edan wo nyina matoto nyina agi nkofo nsa ase. Osa still you are arrogant. Hey, into when na yentam Ghana nsha wonsa. Go and learn from Lordina mo. Go and learn from Theresa Kufuor. Go and learn for Ali Mahama mo wife mo, Atamil's wife. Emisa go and see what it makes a woman an honorable woman, a woman with substance. You can say a woman with substance. Oba sebio obi huna no say we de nimu enyam. Enye makeup na mo nimu enyam. Eye woni what you do in public, how you conduct yourself. Enye trumutia e show and e kire say we oba woni bie. No, this is despicable. At time, and we need to speak against it. Debia, we are saying we should give women opportunity. And your babia man opportunity. And bani bu homa yasa santikramai. O de cassette to on re. O de chewing gum to no akofari. Sana Samira tie. Why is santikramai? Red and white team that chobano. O de dompetua on pe. O de chewing gum to a pen no akofari. Sana Samira tie. Oh, you're dangerous. You don't do that. Inti yantam to me mau. Yamambe first lady. Yantam to me mau. Unyenya to me ready ye. But you see, we will get there. You do a bit sound come on. All right, team, let's move on. Thank you, Mr. S. A former third lady. You are a third lady. You are a former third lady because Mahamudu Bawumia first wife for her. And now the gimpa ya be share her. Brewan say. Why I want sa santikramai? Yama dumpe a umpe. ope chewing gum na hurry. Show who ye mame. Learn from the Lordinas. Learn from Emisa Atamo wife, no, Atamos wife. See humility. Omo crampono, ye can't woman with substance. Oma ye BB with a mark. Who dear makeup. What dear partner a taru di ho. And the Ghana you bought Samira Bawumia din and a taru. Oh, Samira dear, utmi pine room. Samira nen to my dear. Samira dear. No, we need women. Ye boni din. Ah, Lordina Maha say, hey. Ope, one of the first ladies are omo to me AC hospitals. Abuanipa, your Bobby said, Nana Kuredo Ajma Rollins. I agree on so many things. But 31st December Women's Movement, her impact. That is what we are talking about. What the say Samira conference on Coport. No what to play in first class, no wako India. Waho to and the maker of our trum. Aqua could just say, Ukushia Kunkumbaja, ye Jimmy tam taxpayers money amount. Wasabe you are showing arrogance. Usuba de sa Sante Krama, Uba Samira. Your mouth don't pay, won't pay. Ope chewing gum and be very, very careful. Be very, very careful. You can keep that arrogance at home. The way I now pay Haruna Idrisu Asema politics in tea, I'm the other side, you know. I have brown one kakra. Brown one say. The way I now pay Haruna Idrisu Asema politics in tea. And Wabedi the other side, Brown Wasi, you are too arrogant. Oh. Now, Mummy and Queen, Sir, Utimiko conference on Coport. Obibaka Sameboa, Samira to me to free Ghana, no aquabruchi. Yes, so there, first, second, third lady, or conference on Coport. Mr. S, get me before I move on. I'm tired of this arrogance. When I did Bawumia be the president, you know? Huh? Utimi free Ghana. Abra oseso ma also sua de free omo ho ko sua nyoma free Lordina Mahama mo ho ko sua see how impactful they are. Utumi tena play mu no asesa san no ma bi na mo tinu fi so mo ye photographers wa kwa abroche say okoye Coport conference pele so bad na ochina wa fechire to abeka chenko for ai media mi kunu de COP 28 clean cooking saves lives Samira Bawumia Samira Otumi tu free Ghana. Na wakwa abrochi say Coport inti oko conference way. Whoa. Arrogance. Oni humility bia o. Ko head way Bawumia ofie. And nti na mbe Kennedy kan say Sawo Samira ana wo Samere o ma na no tia wa asem obeka no. Obestatie free chairman want me to Andy to Ayadian Sewa Mere Ababe in some of Becano. Anything I can ye dino. Massa Brown one say, would life right to say Santa for Kramine, your mouth don't pay on pay, ope chewing gamare. Shenie, your arrogance is too much. Humble yourself, woman. Now on Shakraman in the 18 years that. On Shakraman in the 18 years, you don't understand life. Life is not about makeup. Life is not about making people think say, no, you need to humble yourself. These things you people do. Why? Clean cooking saves life. Eduane and a Coport. Wait. Ena yamfa Ghana mount. Thank you, Mr. S. I'll leave this here. I'll come back to this matter at time. We are going to stop these kinds of arrogance in the party. And they will be to me in Samira some more MPP mu. Samira to me is small girls. I could see a man and when he said Bini, then didn't go for nobody decayed the attempt in Samira and the Shechri. And Kwasia Diote party mu no. O we are nani kun jankinaba, yet dear Yankasantia will be a. And this is what is going on in the party. Coport conference. Utumiko Coport conference. No, osa atwa kunkumbaja, we westini pasika. Who first lady do Ghana? All right, mummy and jum. Made a member of cases, so what you say, no, what your mouth story, I want to own that. Oh, you change your breed, the original Bawumia so. Now, Yaka Senina, ye chimuno. Ubian Ghana, dear, Utum for crap me, as if we say in Chichimunintra. OMC's commence reduction in fuel prices, petrol selling at 12 Ghana 77 pesos, diesel at 12 Ghana 97 pesos. And before I said your money, me say o mine de enyansafo aba o mo chichire mine no nti Ghana for de bia no mombra ha na mombeti asempa no yesi ati petrol so na ngam be say NPP for ko demonstration say ye ti ati si ati petrol so na se mete se na mo so montia say yati DSTV so na me just some demonstration aka se montia se yati petrol so inwan me see am me nyini ntimi pentokwa me nye gidigidi. This is what is happening in the market. Yati petrol so oil marketing companies atiti petrol you see petrol na full and obe konkofo kuta cap almost petrol almost sano buta omutumi de sa na ehwegua yen petrol ebuso and the bragana be petrol ebuso and the ton petrol 1277 petrol ebuso aban papa ba bibia economically obi ho tono nkofo we betena so 8 years ogoka petrol asem kwa no mudi watam and adentina MPP for adentina fake news joy news adentina omo kasam MPP no enye demonstration ka say hey yati petrol so John Mahama ne NDC for ba abemu they are doing everything possible to get things right send be ya ho beto sebio obi a otewa odi Mahama ne NDC for atem no petrol ye ete so no waka so onto ye beti cars ka so. This is what we call say ye chichire man enya de obenye bibia perfect but you see sa aban to me chire the will na aban to me chire edian a certain pace bia sibia oye ne nyama ene se ne bibia ekọ ene na dwene mu po se ne etia we man utimamu that's how a businessman we Ghanaian unya some kind of confidence and this is the kind of confidence a government gives its people. NPP to so petrol choir could do be 23 Ghana NPP to so and sankwasi afu so na makache ye na the party of intellectuals amoye den so kuta PhD kuta den na sa de na untumi your light bla o sa PhD en kwasi PhD. So why could we school nyina na se untumi ma omba eduane endidi entumi nyi sebio sika hwefie entua light bola na wo PhD na akwaje no fa so because also kwaje PhD abenya sika at the end of the day omo buko school 18 years 20 years nyina se omo benya abodini de enya sika kese. It is not about anything. The baseline is that ye go school be pese me ye doctor na pese ye doctor na de ntina pese ye doctor o pese o gi salary kese. Now from we say a party of intellectuals na yet kronum na under you no petrol could do 23 24 na ende obi on friend was all intellectual party almost so many intellectuals almost Ghanaians and the reason like the rational Ghanaian or Wall Street is well and they have brought petrol to $22.7 from 17 all the way to 10. Now person chem say men tam to me ma MPP understand can remember UP the new UP metam to me ediama MPP and can remember the new UP can remember Alan Cash yes metam to me Ediama MPP, Kametama UP. Why should I give the MPP full of criminals to me? Why? At least UP for the day, Omaja to say, yeah, MPP for ya tia ho. If you say the nyansa, yen to me diatro and twaso. Yen to me ma embe diatro and twaso. Abra ye bugana for him tia. And they are reasonable enough. And that is one thing that the NPP is lacking. They just don't want to accept to say Omo Jimmy. They don't want to accept someone did They don't want to accept to say they did not live up to expectation. Instead of them to admit and let people know they are the cause of the problem, no, they are still blaming people. And the Utie Bawumia, Utie Kennedy, Utie MPP for Brady Champon, they are still not admitting that they are the problem. They are still blaming the NDC. What did the NDC do to get the dollar to AS17? The NDC did nothing. In fact, the NDC had minority in parliament. So you had everything in your under your control. The executive, the judiciary, and the legislature. You have everything. You had everything at your disposal. Then still, you people are still asking and still blaming the NDC. Instead of you people to be honest to each other. Tell Ghanaians, say, yeah, Jimmy, it's one with the UP for now. When the MPP for no more nyansa na omubuni pano omati omo say yajiatum we were part of the pigs. We don't want to be part of the pigs. We are being honest with you people. We actually disappointed you people. We destroyed the country. We want to form something new. Omo ye nyansa for namu de jimina. You are still enshrined in your foolishness. You are still enshrined in your foolishness. Thank you, Mr. S. Here, you see under MPP. Yeah, the betro. Here, under MPP. Any. We began to Kevin Taylor and pay MPP for an Jimmy for you. This is 2022. Fuel call all the way to 23.49 per liter. In 2022, fuel could do 23. Under MPP and under NDC in less than a year, fuel about to do 12.77. o ka kire me se minjai to me na memfa ma MPP and ho na nim nyansa wa MPP mu as we speak today. Why pa na wa MPP mu nim nyansa as we speak today. Why na nim nyansa wa MPP mu na nyansa ni no ofiri he na aba. Who is new? Who is the intelligent person right now? You tell me, say, Yemfa to me, man, when people. Why? The people who took the fuel price to 23.49 are the same idiots walking on the streets of Ghana and saying, say, they want power again. So, who is intelligent in the MPP? None of them. And this America say, I need fair, transparent elections. No, at least, Obia compete fairly. You say we winning. But the idea say, munim se party no enye, munim se impedifo no oma se party no. Nasta mo pese mu wie mo ma Bawumia. And then people like us, we don't understand. Now, let's move forward. Yeah, easy. Now, I'll say the President of the Republic of Ghana. Oh, the reason why I did Ghana for you now, I say. Mami phone penny for me to me from Kevin. I don't know how journalism here easy, Sama. Enyamio, any nyansa. Enya gidigidi. Enya se mama voice IBB and as a meshe suit be. And I'm be general ashe petuo for space be. Na me mount habi you understand a dialogue. Wa uti fie me bu nyansa pa. Your teacher for bebre ba mo hwe me teachers omo kire ma dey primary JSS NSS. Ebe omo nya bebre hwe me. There are lots of them they basically help me to reason up. To get to where I am. Intimate say, because I've gotten the opportunity to speak to people, I can underestimate their intelligence. No, intimate me making sure say akwara opinion you move along with me. I try to let you understand the basics. Anything I'm for me show we pa impenifo pa titi o mo Ghana no mo hwe eni abruche because I make it easy for them. I make Ghana for omo ti ase ka say na nyoma ekọ eni we de o se nyina de tumi eni ahoden tai chiri. For MPP no behind. That is why you get lots and lots of people watching this platform. Now, President Mahama to cut sword for Sekendi Takoradi Cape Coast Highway dualization big push project on October 21st. Nyambwa ochna. Ejebo no ochna ejane beba bedu. Eye President Mahama osha ubwa sebiu ebono odisu no ose ochna. Mo Cape Coast Takoradi ye ko ni nyina na ekwan na ekọ from Cape Coast Sekendi Takoradi Cape Coast kwan no obetwa homem tidim na ekwan ye biem 4 kọ na 4 ba. President Mahama so aba o say under ade na de ba your friend big push no sa sika no big push nim eno no de be ye kwan no ntochina president betwa homem umpe we na opede na na do danko ekufu de be di president baby ba ko pe e na oye kwan e wo ho e chebi e ho nko a Ghana the whole Ghana e dey party nya na o chebi enya galamsey na na do danko be di president oye ne busuani Ofori Atta Amuakwata eye the roads minister the only place omo fix kwan eye kwan asphalt road papa eye ne krom chebi asa. But you see the NDC they are back in power. The same NDC omo ye sa ekwan amuhu no e wo Ghana bebre no omo gya poku ase emo kisho se omo ye poku ase ansa no mo kono ma sa ba biem. And the NDC they say Sekendi Takoradi Cape Coast sa ekwan no Jo Mahama betwa home mu ochina under big push no omo be start ya ho adwuma. Na wo mpe we dia pa na wo pe. Into adwene ya wo say Bawumia beba. Na Bawumia ba na danko ekufu de busuafo ya da ho ne te cabinet. Bawumia ba na Amuakwata we mu asa ne te cabinet. Bawumia ba kojo ponkroma we mu ada ho ne te cabinet. Eye de asenso bo achemo. Bawumia ba ajima menu. Bawumia ba na sankofo. Uje sankofo nu nyanso ma bibibie. Omutumi nye bibia biem. And intina make a say the NDC needs to rule Ghana for 42 years. And do 42 years no. Na Ghana is solidified to the point that obin to me back 4 years, 8 years, said yeah. It will make 42 years now. There is a reason for the 42 years. The reason is that in 42 years no, that system no has been put in the place, has been solidified in the to a point that nobody can just come in 4 years or 8 years and say, "Obey dismantle system." No. Into 42 years in there, we need to support the NDC government. The NDC as a political party support the vision of the NDC. So it is not about who leads the NDC. It is about the vision. NDC war. Because the NDC is a party. It thinks about the people. And see, I got 42 years now. And just because just number, in 42 years time no na adie bia ya etintim no obia ntumi free MPP mu ana what party foforo nkaka se obesey no because ye pese ye guarantee your future ye ma ya wo mo no ye guarantee future ne ma omo a e wo se make sure say keep party way eye NDC in power for the next 42 years we enya ding. It is basically I just say you could ahwehwe so opese uhu anim a ahwehwe no bo ho ban say on pese obehu anim a ma ahwehwe ne mpai. We want to see our face every morning. Inti the osia ye ne say ye bebo ahwehwe no ho ban because in nkofo we ye ni momu su ban MPP ye ni momu su. The question to you is MPP am kofa nipa foforo ben na aba ya de foforo hwan na different. Who is the new face in the MPP today? New face in any hwan? San confirm di Bawumia echi omo ana ne di Ekufuado echi en confirm di Kennedy echi no omo ana di na di Ekufuado echi en confirm di MPP omo have you seen any new face amanfo na omka che say review means cancel no san kwasiafo we na se mo nsanfa tumi mo these are the same people chairman wuntumi galam so ye no ene na all they support Bawumia campaign the same person per se Bawumia ba power. How can Bawumia fight illegal mining? It's so simple. Nana do Dankwa Ekufuado, the family members almost 60 and na wa aban we mu. Bawumia time na onye president mpo. Monko hwe nebusuafo bebi a no mo hyehyɛ. Sunyane airport ni ade Kotoka International Airport. These are people who are dangerous. Inti why should we as a nation Nyansantam inkofo we 1 year ago ni ene omo na ti o 8 years ago ni ene omo na ti omo ko bebi are the same people. Samia wuku na NLA ene mo hunsem efiri hoba omo ye mo eye positions to work for us and the mo hu the AC. So who is new? Tell me the new face and the new brain. What is new here? Obi Abeboni Dibia took part in the destruction of Ghana under Ekufuado Bawumia. Obi Abeboni Dibia who didn't take part? Who didn't take part? Tell me. Who didn't have a role? They all had a role in the Ekufuado Bawumia's government. Who didn't have a role? Me penipa bakwa na only role we Ekufuado abemu. Sa abaina ye tutia no. Abaina di DDEP ba na Ghana for pensioners wuye no. Abaina sebio ye tikrom ha sebio eye Ghana sikasem yeka over trillion ebeto yeso no. Abaina eje Ghana for nsemu sika. Abaina e ma galam say eku ya say ye nsuo nyina ende ye try say ye beko sa okono. Abaya ema dollar ni koduru 17. Abaya ema inflation koduru be 57. Abaya mumusa musa why na enka aban no? Why na enka ho? All the people following Bawumia and Kennedy. Why na enka mama mdipa ba kwa no nka aban no ho? The obeka se no onka aban no ho no oka ho na ode sanko for the ba to me eye Kobere Japan. Kobere Japan until the whole Ghana catch Ghana for say yamfa to me ma Bawumia ne ke Ekufuado no mun say Ghana more. Into why na wa ban we mu a why na ye campaign in the Ghana na onka distraction no. These are demons. Me penipa ba go say oh me dear the damage that happened because if nothing happened Edna Ghana for 2 year MPP till date. You people are not accepting, say, it was because of what you did in Tinamufri power. Bawumia or say auditor the 3 policies by na Ghana for Tutiano. He does not want to accept to say his leadership was wrong. He could not deliver. Nanado Dankwa Ekufuado, everybody knows he's a vegetable. Onumuwi Penoada. Bawumia was in charge of affairs. Kennedy Japan them were in charge of the energy sector. Cocoa board ade. So who is new here? Educhum. On the destroy our education. Educhum ene napo omo no de double track system ba Ghana education and the any ho. Who else again? Bawumia, Kennedy Japan, Educhum, Kobreja, who and who? Wanabiem. So the whole thing is a mess. There's nobody in there that we can sit and say, "Wait, ever to me, man." Odi to me ma Kobreja Japan, odi to me ma Bawumia. Odi to me ma Bawumia, odi to me ma Kennedy. Because Kennedy Japan kwara no more party no, they are still in the NPP and they will still get appointment from Bawumia. Yes, whether you like it or not. Udi to me ma Kentria, udi to me ama Bawumia. Bawumia call for na omo hwe ma Kentri. Ana educhum appointment no, they will control the government. So you cannot shift it. The whole thing is the party is a mess. The UP can represent the MPP after 24 years. The UP no matter no. That is the new MPP. And before we can believe in that party, it will take us another 24 to 30 years to believe in the new UP. We need to understand, in Kofowe, they have nothing for us. We cannot give them any space close to power. These people were given power. Bawumia was the head of the police council. They shot 8 people during elections. Pay. 8, they jubilated. They killed 8 people. Omokwaya also West Wagon. They entered people's home. They shot people, live bullets. They killed people. These are people who are still Brian Champon. Brian Champon led thugs. Ayawaso West Wagon. And he sat on radio to say, so where there is just the beginning. Yet see a commission which has almost the same powers as a high court. Yet the recommendation by Ekufuado Tochene, the whole MPP, Obi Odi Kennedy, Bawumia, they all jubilated. Nobody stood up against it. Into come to me if someone go forward. These are the same demons. Sometimes we forget ourselves a little bit. The question here is, why do they want to come back to power? As say, Obidi General Secretary. What is new about that lady? That lady is an old cargo. Arrogance, disrespect. Omunipa, otosuso ojemai, odiakotena kurababeso. These are the kind of people. An MP. She bullshitted all her constituents and will lose the power. Or you'll be an kobuno who buadia and combat power who be. But out of, you see, these people, maka, omo just santifo kramain. Omo dumpe, omo pechunga mare. They have no shame. They have no shame. We sit down and ask ourselves, Yentam to me man on omofanya day. Now we are talking about a special prosecutor. It's exactly 9:25 p.m. Mr. P, Mr. S, team, stay with me. And you become special prosecutor 17. And Yeni break his story, no? Every document you are seeing in the system. You know one thing? I control Ghana media. Authentic platform. Reliable document. I'm about to do another crazy expose of health. I'm telling you in Ghana. Me catch am say me go party before 2027. And I'll make sure me go no na me go sun sanam de eye de snap na koma otumfo de atosi kedwa kofi nchan ma catch am. Me kan ye. Me se me go party no me go sun sa na sa snap no Holland de ma chekere me tu ma tum na me de akoma otumfo so onfa to sikedwa kofi nchan. Me se me go no. Me ba be another expose on health. Mama mfensuo next week or maybe this week. Mube the damage these people have done to you. Mube how dangerous the MPP they are. These are dangerous people.